Good evening, everybody. As you can tell, a little bit different tonight. I'm not joined by my partner, and I guess the heart and the soul of Bullfrog Radio. That is Joey Wilcoxon. He is going to be out tonight. Unfortunately, unable to join us. I am starting the show a little bit early tonight. We will be momentarily going to the field in about 4 or so minutes. Or actually, I'm going to go ahead and go a little bit earlier. But just in a couple minutes here, we are going to have the senior night presentation. So we want to make sure we were able to go ahead and get live just a little bit early to make sure we included senior night as part of the show. Of course, we have a big game tonight as Hirschi and Lake Worth will battle it out in just about 30 minutes. So guys, stay tuned. We'll be having the senior night presentation just in a few moments. So stick around, grab something to eat, and we'll see you in a little bit. So until about 6:45, I'll be back around that time. But until then, enjoy the show. And hopefully if you got a senior out there tonight, you get to watch them walk out to the field. All right, we'll check you guys in a little bit. Until then, let's take a look at the field. And there we go.
Good evening. Welcome to Cachero Stadium and the 2021 Senior Night. This is right before the district championship game here between Lake Worth Bullfrogs and Hirschi Huskies. And to get started here tonight, we're going to start our senior athletic trainers. First up, here comes Martha Rios. She's being escorted by her father, Jose Rios, so her mom, Milagro Melendez, and her brother, Jose Rios. Martha plans on attending Ottawa University and running cross country and track, and will major in pre-law, minor in business, to become an integration lawyer. Next up, student athletic trainer Lauren Cochran. Okay? Lauren Corcoran, sorry, I missed that one. Lauren is escorted by Natalie Corcoran and David Corcoran, her mom and dad. Plans after graduation, she will attend college to play softball, obtain a master's degree in business, and have a career in the airline industry. Lauren Corcoran. Next up, our last student athletic trainer, senior Angelina Castorena. Angelina is being escorted by Patricia Castorena and Sergio Castorena, her mom and brother. Her plans after graduation plan on attending Tarleton State University to study pre-law. And now for our football players. Number 3, wide receiver, defensive back, Anthony Moreno. Anthony's being escorted by his mom, Joanna Baez, stepfather, Pedro Baez, and his father, Cesar Reyes. Anthony plans after graduation to go to college for aerospace engineering. Next up, number 4, quarterback, defensive back, Isaiah Hall. Isaiah is being escorted by his brother Eli Hall, his mom Zena Hoagie, his brother Javon Smith, also brother Leon Daniels, sister Star Newman, and nephew Zoe Newman. After graduation, Isaiah plans to take his football skills to the next level and major in business. Next up, number 5, wide receiver DB Mark Fulkerson. Mark is escorted by his mom and dad, Mark and Stephanie Fulkerson, Marissa Fulkerson, his sister. Also, his plans after graduation is to go to a 4-year college to get his bachelor's degree in animal science. Next up, number 6, wide receiver DB, Demarion Pulte. Demarion is being escorted by his mom, Sabrina Hayes, and his brother, Davion Hayes. After graduation, Demarion would like to play football at the next level and major in business. Next up, number 9, wide receiver, Xavier Pinckney. Xavier's being escorted by his dad, Dwayne Pinckney, and mom, Lorraine Pinckney, along with his brother, Malik. After graduation, Xavier likes to go play college football and get a bachelor's degree. Number 10, wide receiver, DB, and kickoff specialist, Daryl Jones. Daryl is being escorted by Coach Keith Stiffmeyer. Daryl plans on pursuing a career in being a self-entrepreneur. Number 14, linebacker, running back, Donnie Reese Jr. Donnie is being escorted by his mom, Tara Ross, and his dad, Donnie Reese, and his brother, Dante Reese. Plans after graduation are to go to college, play college football, and study financing and marketing. Next up, number 16, outside linebacker, wide receiver, Craig Williams. Craig's being escorted by his mom, Ginger, his niece, Phoenix, and his brother, Frankie. Craig plans to play college football, and if that doesn't, and then after that, he wants to study and become a pediatrician. Next up, number 18, wide receiver, outside linebacker, and kick returner, Nathaniel Session Jr. Jr.'s being escorted by his brother, Devin, his dad, Nathaniel Session, and sisters, Sarah Wilcoxon and MJ Summerall. Junior plans after graduation to continue his football career and attend a 4-year college or university. Next up, number 19, defensive end, fullback, Exalse Bakula. Exalse is being escorted by Constantine Dembe, his sister, Abigail Bakula, his sister, Otongi Abila, his aunt, and Mark Gangu, his cousin. After graduation, Exalse plans on majoring in a technical field and work in cybersecurity. Number 20, running back, DB and special team specialist, Matthew Salazar, being escorted by his father, Sean Salazar, and his sister, Caitlin Salazar. Matthew's plans after graduation are to attend college and become a firefighter. Number 30, linebacker, running back, punter, Raul Alvarez. Raul is being escorted by his mom, Adita, his stepdad, Don, and his sister, Erica, along with his nephew, Kazi, and his brother, Ama. Plans after graduation to go to college for law enforcement and become a police officer. Number 31, running back, linebacker, Blaine Burgess. Blaine's being escorted by his mom and brother, Rachel Franks and Seth Burgess. After graduation, the plan for Blaine is to go to medical school and become an EMT. Number 32, wide receiver, DB, Roy Caceres. Roy is being escorted by his mom, Alba Ramirez, and his brothers, Josh Caceres and Daniel Caceres. After graduation, Roy wants to go to college and major in business. Next up, number 34, D-line offensive lineman, Terrence Gilmore Jr. Terrence is being escorted by his mom, Felicia Robinson, and Carlos Sessions, and brother, Dylan Robinson. After graduation, happy that Terrence plans on going to college, continuing his football dream. And after that, he wants to get a CDL license, drive a truck, and be able to support his family. Number 50, defensive lineman, Chris Satcher. Chris is being escorted by Christian, Kelvin, and Tamika Satcher. After graduation, Chris would like to go to school and study to become a pediatrician or a lawyer. Next up, number 55, offensive lineman, field goal specialist, Tyreen Shagad. Tyreen is being escorted by his mom, Shamika, his dad Terrell Shagad. They plans after graduation where Ty wants to go to college and become a sports broadcaster. Next up, number 59, offensive line, defensive lineman, and band student, Miguel Espinoza. Miguel is being escorted by his mom, Aurelia Lopez, and his little brothers, Alex and Tutu. After graduation, Miguel wants to go to technical school for welding, and that way he can make a lot of money. Number 60, offensive lineman field goal specialist, Ariel Lopez. Ariel's being escorted by Reina Lopez and Laureano Lopez. After graduation, Ariel would like to acquire a CDL and to also attend college. Next up, number 67, defensive lineman, offensive lineman, Aiden Torres. Aiden is being escorted by his mom, Alejandra Aranda, and his dad, Sergio Aranda. Plans after graduation are to work for the union and also to help his stepdad's business. And last but not least, our senior kicker, number 99, Emiliano Gonzalez. Emiliano is being escorted by his mom, Graciela Fayez, and his dad, Lorenzo Gonzalez. He wants to major in business and continue playing baseball in college. Right there, that big long line of Bullfrogs and their parents and friends, this is your 2021 Bullfrog senior football players. As they clear, as the senior football players go back to the locker room, we'll get ready for the band.
All right, thank you for joining us this evening and to continue our farewell to our senior students. This includes our band students, which we will begin with. Abner Arias. Abner Arias is escorted by Alejandro Arias and Alexander Arias. The senior activities have included band. Abner plans to go to Tarrant County College next year. Our next student is Zoe Balderas. Zoe is escorted by Carol and Daniel Balderas. Her senior year activities have included color guard captain and FFA. Zoe plans to attend the Ogle School for Beauty and TCC for theater to work towards being a special effects makeup artist. Our next student is Jacob Carranza. Jacob is escorted by Luis and Flo Carranza. His senior year activities have included band. Jacob plans to go to welding school, aiming to be a team leader. Our next student, Madison Davis, is escorted by Ronald Ash and Mandy Davis. Her senior year activities have included band, FFA, choir, and esports. Madison plans to go into animal training and online streaming. Next up is Alejandro de la Paz, who is escorted by Aiden de la Paz and Juan de la Paz. His senior year activities have included band, FFA, and welding. Alejandro plans on attending Universal Technical Institute to become an automotive and diesel technician. Next is Sofia Estrada. Sofia is escorted by Ruben Estrada and Hilda Estrada. Her senior year activities have included being a flute section leader of the Bullfrog Marching Band. Sophia plans to attend UTA with plans on becoming an elementary school teacher. Lady Garcia is escorted by Red Ramirez and Octavio Garcia. Her senior year activities have included band, cheerleading, BPA, and FCCLA. Lady plans on attending UT Austin to study neurosurgery. Deshaun Hernandez is escorted by Rosa Hernandez and Juan Macias. His senior year activities have included band, soccer, and cross country. Deshaun plans on attending UTA to study aerospace engineering. Audra Martinez is escorted by Missy Martinez and Cheyenne Soto. Her senior year activities have included band. Audra plans to study hospitality and business management next year. Next up, Isis Ortega is escorted by Amelia Escalino Ortega and Joshua Ortega. Her senior year activities have included band and Business Professionals of America. Isis plans to attend TCC and then Tarleton State University with a major in business. Alyssa Ponce is escorted by Jesus and Veronica Ponce. Her senior year activities have included band. Alyssa plans to attend UTA and major in architecture. Christina Reyna is escorted by Amado Reyna. Her senior year activities have included band. Christina plans to attend the Ogle Cosmetology School or a university for a psychology degree. Alan Rodriguez is escorted by Candelaria Rodriguez and Francisco Rodriguez. His senior year activities have included band, soccer, and track. Alan plans on attending TCC to get his associate's degree, then become an EMS while attending TCU to major in biology. Romina Rodriguez Valencia. Romina is escorted by Lily Rodriguez. Her senior year activities have included band and choir. Romina plans to attend Texas Wesleyan University to get a bachelor's degree and become a veterinarian or therapist. Celeste Rosales. Celeste is escorted by Janet Garcia and Gilly Rosales. Her senior year activities have included band and art. Celeste plans to attend TCC and work towards a degree in graphic design and art. Elsa Segura. Elsa is escorted by Vanessa Segura and Erin Segura. Her senior year activities have included band and theater. Elsa would like to join the Navy upon graduation from high school. Tyler Stevens. Tyler is escorted by Jeremy Stevens and Jessica Stevens. His senior year activities have included band. Tyler plans on attending TCC for his associate's degree, then Tarleton State University with a major in business. Jodeci Velasquez. Jodeci is escorted by Jesse and Jennifer Velasquez. Her senior year activities have included being drum major for the Bullfrog Marching Band. Jodeci will be attending the Tony and Guy Hairdressing Academy. And for our final senior band student, Richard Villalobos, escorted by Molly and Richard Villalobos. Activities have included being in the trumpet section of the Bullfrog Marching Band. Richard plans on pursuing a future in photography. We thank you this evening. We'll continue with our seniors farewell.
Okay, now for the cheerleaders. Nicole Campuzano. Nicole is escorted by her parents, Roberto and Laura Campuzano. Senior year activity, she's a varsity cheerleader, senior class historian, a member of the National Honor Society, student council, and the theater department. Future plans, she plans to attend a 4-year university, major in biology, then receive her master's in education with the goal of being a high school teacher. Enrique Cordova. Enrique's escorted by his parents, Montesiano, Cordova, and Hermelinda Rodriguez. He's a varsity cheerleader in culinary arts, FCCLA, and is in the student council and senior class president. He plans to attend a 4-year university, majoring in film, TV, digital media, or fashion merchandising. Shanice Gaston, escorted by her parents, Sharon Gaston and Ken Gaston. Senior year activity, mainly cheer, but I try to be as involved as possible. Future plans, hopefully to attend MSU next fall to be a future psychologist. Jessica Guzman, escorted by Magda and John Guzman. Senior year activity includes varsity cheer and student council. Future plans, she plans to join the ROTC Air Force program at Sam Houston State University and major in education. Ariana Jackson, escorted by her mom, Lauren Spivey. Senior year activity, second year varsity cheerleader in a class of 22 vice president. She plans to attend a 4-year university, receives her undergraduate degree, and then receive a doctorate of veterinary medicine. Sheridan Jackson, escorted by Alicia and Rufus Jackson. Senior year activity, co-captain of the varsity cheer team, captain of the varsity volleyball team, member of the National Honor Society, member of the Student Council, member of the Principals Advisory Committee, member of the Prom Committee. Her future plans are to attend a 4-year university, majoring in pre-med, then attending medical school, soon pursuing her career as an anesthesiologist. Samira Paredes, escorted by her mom and father, Mariana Dela Cruz and Raul Paredes. Senior activity, she's a varsity cheerleader captain and a student council member. She plans on attending a 4-year university, majoring in political science. Riley Pinson, escorted by her mother Michelle Pinson and sister Taylor Pinson. Senior activities theater, student council, softball, basketball, and choir. Plan to attend the McMurray University and study psychology. Jessica Ramirez, escorted by mother Judith Escobedo. Senior activities, varsity cheerleader and book club. Plan on going to Ogle Beauty School and going to TCC to study real estate. Those are your 22 varsity cheerleaders. Good evening. Welcome to the football game between Lakeland Bullfrogs and the Hirschi Huskies. This game is being conducted according to the rules and regulations of the University Interscholastic League. Regardless of the outcome of tonight's game, all of the players have proven their willingness to work and sacrifice in order to achieve athletic excellence. We ask that as a spectator you consider the time and effort each of these teams, coaches, and athletes have put forth. Cheer these young athletes. Applaud them, but do not, through any of your actions, cause them to doubt the value of athletics.
All right, guys. Let me go ahead and turn my volume down just a bit. Hopefully you guys were able to catch the senior night. I will be getting up. I know, guys, if you guys have been talking in the chat, have not been checking everything out, been getting everything ready. So hang on, guys. The game is going to kick off in about 10 minutes here. Lake Worth will be entering the field in just a few moments, followed, of course, by our national anthem and our coin toss. So if you guys are just tuning in, I'm just getting up the chat. I will be, if you guys are watching tonight and you want to interact with the chat, I will personally be on the YouTube feed. I don't know if some of you guys are still here, but Gemini Lady, how you doing? And I see Anaya Christian in the chat, so hopefully you guys are still here. If not, it's all good. But like I said, I will be here in the booth. I'm joined by a cousin, so we're not getting the full thing here. But you know what? Of course, I feel like the Wilcoxon family extends like all over the entire like Lake Worth area. But I'm joined tonight by Tim. So Tim, why don't you introduce yourself?
All right, appreciate that introduction. Yeah, I'm filling in for my big cousin he had some obligations with work tonight, so I told him I'd love to help out, especially, it's his baby brother, my baby cousin's senior night. We still got 6 more games of these, hopefully taking it to the state championship. But, yeah, man, it's just a beautiful night. I'm excited to watch him grow. After this year, it'll be the first time in almost 22 years that there isn't a Wilcox and Clark or a session roaming these halls.
It's crazy.
So, we're definitely excited, and we've definitely been keeping this football tradition going a long time.
Well, there you go, guys. So he'll be filling in tonight. He'll be kind of our little guest appearance. We're expanding out between Joey and I, bringing in some new guests. We've had a couple this year. But like I said, Lake Worth will be will be running onto the field in just a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know, if you did not know already, tonight is for a district championship. It is very rare that at the end of a season, on the last Friday night of the regular season, that we see 2 teams standing at number 1 and 2 enter the field tonight playing for the number 1 spot. Of course, Lake Worth coming in at 8-1 tonight, looking to extend that record to 9-1, but they're going to have to stop a very, very powerful running back. And, well, already getting a couple offers from a few schools, including local SMU. That's going to be the running back, number 22, Marion Peterson. So he's going to be a number to watch for on the Hirschi side of things. And Lake Worth has a handful tonight. And there's Joey in the chat. How you doing, man? Hopefully you're enjoying. I know he's working a wedding tonight. Of course, if you guys didn't know, Joey doing his events. He's moving up in the world, doing some big things. So he'll be back for playoffs, of course. But he's tuning in even when he's working, so appreciate you. But, guys, we're going to go ahead and watch the Bullfrogs enter the field as soon as the kickoff, or the coin toss, I should say, is over. We'll kind of segue back in, but we'll let you guys watch the Bullfrogs run out here in just a few moments, as well as the Hirschi Huskies. So tune in. Grab a drink, and I guess I got to do Joey's spot here tonight. This stream tonight, of course, is brought to you by Eagles Nest. And, what a wonderful spot to catch a game, especially this weekend with the NFL and college football going on. Go and grab yourself a nice, tall, cold glass of water. So, guys, if you have some time, stop by the Eagles Nest, and we'll get started here in just about 7 minutes. Guys, I'm actually going to go ahead and tune into the audio. Pretty special moment as the crowd tonight chanting for the Bullfrogs as they enter into the field. So I'm going to let you guys hopefully get a live listen, or they actually just stopped a little bit. But I'll let you guys get the audio as they come onto the field. Well, there you go, folks. The Bullfrogs enter the field. And in just a few moments here, we will have the coin toss, of course. And guys, well, the Bullfrogs coming off of a very convincing win last week against Gainesville. Went up to Gainesville, a little bit of a chilly night. And the Bullfrogs were able to, I will say they started out a little slow. The first quarter, of course, Gainesville, Lake Worth, it was supposed to be definitely in favor of Lake Worth, and they came out a little bit on the back foot. But once that offense started going there in the second quarter, they were able to pull away. And, man, by the third quarter, Lake Worth's offense, it was just impeccable. They ended up putting the game by the start of the fourth quarter, I should say. The game was pretty much over. And, of course, the faces like Junior Sessions, Isaiah Hall, and, of course, Demarion Pulte making a huge difference. And that's not even mentioning Damian Moore. This offense has so many weapons. And, guys, as we see the Bullfrogs, they're bringing their seniors tonight out to the captain's huddle to make the call for the coin toss. So a pretty special moment. Of course, we wish the seniors a lot of success in the future, but their business is not done here at Lake Worth. Of course, tonight will be the last game of the regular season, but last week they did clinch their playoff spot, as well as tonight, fighting for the number 1 spot in the district. So as they come out tonight, of course, even regardless of the result tonight, their football career will continue for at least one more week. And of course, this year, with the additions of coaches like Keith Stiffelmeyer, they're going to be looking to make a deep run into the playoffs. So we're definitely excited to see what these Bullfrogs can do. And it looks like I just missed that. I believe Hirschi deferred. And, yeah, there we go. Thank you, Tim.
Yeah, not a problem. I want to be good for something here.
He's a ref.
Yeah, 6 years as an official for Tasso. I try to do my best to give you a little bit better understanding of just what goes through the mind of these guys. And, they put so much preparation into this. They're here 2.5, 3 hours before the game, talking about formations, talking about coaches' tendencies, so they're not fooled by, trick plays and things like that. Because as an official, it's the worst thing you want to happen is a play to stop because of your whistle. And, they do a great job. So hopefully we have a great game here tonight.
And thank you. And so that's going to be a beautiful thing. You're going to come in handy later in the game. Don't worry. So whenever we see the calls on the field, we'll be looking to you. But, guys, we're going to take a moment here during the Pledge of Allegiance. My bad. Star Spangled Banner. All right. Yeah, and I apologize for that. I am a teacher, so I'm going to say the Pledge of Allegiance every day. No, but there was the national anthem. Of course, the Lake Worth band is sounding great. We'll see some of them today at halftime. So something to look forward to, and man, we are just moments away, as it is 7:01 now. We are moments away from kickoff. Lake Worth will be kicking. Or no, they will be receiving. They deferred. See, that's why I have Tim here.
Well, I'll tell you what, the one thing that separates, this Lake Worth team from so many from the past is just the absolute speed of this team. Lake Worth's always had some strong guys, some big guys, but the speed on this team is like no other on both sides of the ball. And, when you get guys moving that quick, it makes for explosive plays and an explosive offense. And I look forward to seeing what they have here in store tonight.
And something that I really love seeing is this special teams unit. It's all energy, and everybody that's played football knows that your special teams unit. It's just pure energy. It's the craziest play in the game. It's just 11 versus 11, just running at full speed. So here we go tonight as the Hirschi Huskies will be kicking off to the Lake Worth Bullfrogs, and as we play tonight for a district championship, and Hirschi trying to get the little herd play going. Trying to get a little onside kick action, but they're going to go ahead and fake that and elect to kick normally. So we'll see what they have in store here tonight as the kick is up and going to be returned only from the 20-yard line, and one hit still on his feet. And so return of approximately 8 or 9 yards, not too shabby, as Lake Worth will take over from around the 29-yard line. And tonight, of course, the senior Isaiah Hall at the helm of the offense, looking to make one of his last impressions on Lake Worth tonight. Of course, he's going to be playing quarterback in Kittrell Stadium for the last time tonight. So a very special moment for him as well as the other seniors as they line up in a motion set with Demarion Pulte getting hit in the backfield, so good defense there from Hirschi. They go with a jet play, trying to go with the jet sweep, and unable to get to the outside edge was Demarion Pulte. But, that has had a lot of success this year. We'll be seeing, probably a pretty good defense, in my opinion. I know you watch football. We all watch football. You're watching football all the time, being a ref. But, these teams have so much film out there, so it's going to be interesting to see how Hirschi plays Lake Worth tonight. Isaiah Hall drops back to pass. He takes a shot to Fulkerson. A lot of contact, and they are going to throw the flag.
And that's a good call. When contact is made, especially in the air, and the defender's not looking back at the quarterback or at the ball, you got to make that call. So it's a great call by the official and a great opportunity for the Bullfrogs to capitalize and move this ball.
That is why you are here tonight. See, we got a ref in the building letting us know what he sees so we can kind of get inside the mind of what the refs are looking at tonight. But a quick shout-out, Chris McMullen. Yeah, Joey's not here tonight. Joey is working a wedding tonight. He's been very, very busy. That's always good news, having a lot of business. He wanted to be here so bad tonight, but it was something that he could not miss. He will be back next week with us for playoffs, so don't you worry. But, of course, Chris, hey, I got you covered, so – is he at Eagles? Says no. All right, and the run is up the middle. It's Damian Moore. He's got the first down and more. Will he get all the way to the 20, down to the 10, and push out of bounds? What a run, Damian Moore.
And that's exactly the speed I'm talking about. A kid like that, as soon as you hit the hole in the open field, and he is just to the burners. Didn't quite make it there, but I think he'll be happy with a 60-yard scamper.
Wow. Hey, I've been saying, it's like, I don't know why it's taking me this long, but it's always Damian Moore wanting more. And what a run by the youngin' out there. Just, hey, that's exactly what you need, especially in such a big game. A huge play, that's a momentum boost. And, man, I'm inspired.
Well, especially after the first play, you get stopped 4 yards. You kind of like, oh, okay, is this how it's going to go? And then wake-up call, answer the bell.
And here we go, and into the – oh, no, the ball's loose.
I think he crossed the line. The line.
They threw the flag, marking that it was a fumble. They flew the beanbag, I guess I should say.
So if what the ref's doing, yeah, he beanbagged it because he says the quarterback lost the ball before he crossed the plane. Therefore, it'll be a touchback. And that's just unfortunate for the Bullfrogs because from where I was standing, he stood up at the goal line, but it did look like he crossed. But that official is going to have a better angle at it than I am.
Yeah, we're obviously not right there at the goal line. I mean, that's got to be a tough call, and that's a big call.
That's a huge call. That is a huge call. Now, there is two – so you'll have the sideline official and the back judge. So you'll have two officials within a 5-yard range in a play like that. And with both of them agreeing, you know, man, that's a huge call and a tough break for the Lake Worth offense.
So here we go. The Lake Worth defense about to be tested here, as it is a throwing play. And, oh, man, he's got a lot of room. And that is Peterson, and he's off to the races. And he could be gone, and it looks like he is, as 22, the man to watch, Amarion Peterson.
Yeah, it does look like it's coming back. It does look like it's coming back. The white cap has signaled for a block in the back, and that's exactly what it's going to be. Block in the back at the spot. So it does look like Lake Worth is going to look out and take some points off the board. So that is a fortunate break for the Lake Worth Bullfrogs.
Hey, and they got to see something. You know, the defense getting a little wake-up call there early. Of course, Amarion Peterson, a big boy, coming in at 6'2", about 215 pounds. Not your average quarterback. Getting some D1 looks. Mentioned before the show, just got an offer this year from SMU. So one to watch here tonight. But it's still first down, so it's going to bring it down, it looks like, to the original spot after the block in the back. Trying to read your guys' comments. I see Joey's in here chatting it up with us.
Joey's a man of many hats. You know, if I could bottle up his energy or his work ethic, I think I'd be doing a whole lot better.
So they are gonna respot this ball. So from the block in the back. So it's gonna be first down and about
say two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish that guy would stand that marker straight up, you know. But it is what it is. There he goes. So about 2 yards. And Lake Worth catching a little bit of a breather there, as their defense has to be up to the task tonight. Of course, a big running game from Hirschi. We'll see how they can respond here. That was a little swing pass, a little bubble out of the backfield. But here we go, out of shotgun. They hand it off to Peterson. He's got some room and brought down after the first down, so a gain of about 7 on the play. And appreciate you guys showing up here in the chat tonight. For you Hirschi fans, see, I got a couple Hirschi fans in here tonight. Remember, this will be a homer call. I'm not sorry about it. Joey told me not to be. I used to be, but hey. But appreciate you guys showing up. As long as y'all respectful, we appreciate you being here, supporting these kids. As here we go. First down and 10. Little RPO play over the top, and it's caught and brought down.
What a fantastic catch.
And that was caught by number 6, Minifield. And that's going to be a first down and a gain of about 20.
Yeah, even with a good defense, a catch like that is going to kind of alleviate that. The Bullfrogs are on their toes right now. Let's see if they can wake up a little bit and stop this offense.
And a little hitch route, and it's caught. Cornell Abington on the coverage, and about an 8-yard gain on the play. And there's Chris. Yeah, of course. Not sorry. So I don't have the score cam up here tonight, or the scoreboard cam up here tonight. Of course, like I said, a little bit limited. Joey's the man who supplies all the technology, so we're doing the best we can. But it is 0-0. 9:45 left here in the first quarter, so the game has just begun. 2 out to the right, to the far side. 1 receiver to the left in shotgun. They fake the handoff, and it's almost picked off there by Isaiah Hall, and it looked like he batted it down. Did not expect to get there, the ball at least. And, hey, that's what you want to see, though. 3rd down and 2.
Hey, his eyes were up. The ball just came out so quick, you know, and sometimes even with the best reaction, you know, that ball is on you, and you try to do the best you can. But, hey, kudos to him for, you know, breaking up the pass, and here we are, 3rd down. It's going to be a big play.
Yeah, and, you know, I think everyone tuning in knows, or at least expects the ball to go to number 22 here, Amarion Peterson. And he gets the call. And Lake Worth all over him! A great play there, stopping him at the line of scrimmage. 4th and 2.
Way to stand him up. You know, a play like that, you just, you know, the defense lets him, hey, this guy is human. We can stop him. You know, he busted us on that first run, but we just got to stick to our gaps trust one another, play good team defense.
Exactly. And, I know these teams are definitely hyped up. All the kids been talking about it all week. It's one of the biggest games played here at Kittrell Stadium. It's 4th down and 2. Hirschi will go for it. They hand it off again to Peterson, trying to fight through, and it looks like he's got the first down. Just sneaking through the hole. A solid run there by Marion Peterson.
And it's moves like that, it's no surprise programs like SMU, looking at some, hometown guys like this and, just a great athlete, great field vision, and, hopefully the Bullfrogs will find an answer for him.
Oh, yeah. And, hey, the scouting report's pretty simple. Big and fast north to south runner. And that seems simple to stop, but, man, big guy. And here we go. They reverse it here, back to Peterson, and Lake Worth all over it. And they stop him back in the backfield.
That's the team defense I'm talking about right there. If the first guy can't get him down, the second and third guys are coming, you stand him up, you make a great play like that.
Yeah, and, hey, man, that's inspiring to see. Like I said, I've watched a little bit of Peterson play. Very good north to south, runs with a head of steam, hard to bring down, of course, with his 6'2" stature. Got a big body, and he's built. But Lake Worth been working on it. I know they've been working on that game. Of course, Gilmore playing that nose tackle position. And, of course, Exase, Bakula, Brian Neal as our ends. Having a great season. We'll see what they can do here. Marion back with the ball, finding some room up the middle. And
he's going to be just short.
Yeah, it's a gain of about 8. So it'll be 3rd down and about 2 yards. 2 or 3, 2.5, 3. It looks like actually 3.
And if I was doing my best Joey impersonating Tony Romo, I have a feeling that we're going to get another dose of number 22 up the hole.
Yeah, they've had most of their success running right down the middle. So we'll see what they elect to go with here. And it is a handoff. And he does sneak through close to the first down. The ref is standing right there, and they're probably, under my assumptions, looks like they're going to move those chains, and they do. Tough break.
Yeah, it's one of those things, it's tough when you know what they're going to do, and they line up and, run it right down the middle. It's definitely game of adjustments, and it'll be interesting to see what head coach for Lake Worth has planned for them moving forward.
And so here we go. They're going to go to a twin set this time. That's Hirschi. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near. And here's a snap. They fake the handoff, play action, and no one there on the throw. Looks like the quarterback thought he was going to have a hitch route. Receivers kept going, as that was McFalls, the quarterback, trying to make the throw.
Well, it's one of those things with so much speed on this defense, like I said earlier, that's where, they want to run the ball up the middle because I've been just this year alone, I've been to several games where, an out route like that gets picked and taken to the house, 70, 80 yards. So, the more Lake Worth can get these guys in 2nd and 10, 3rd and long, the better shot they have of stopping this offense.
Yeah, and that's what you want. You want Hirschi to throw the ball tonight. And so here we go. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. And it's a toss. And trying to break free. See if I can find that number. As he's coming back, I believe that's number 6. Could be wrong, but
and that's going to be enough for a first down. Just enough.
Wow. And so that will bring up 1st and goal for Hirschi. So Lake Worth, if you guys are just tuning in, we got 6:25 left here in the first. The score is still 0-0. Lake Worth marched down the field, of course, with Damian Moore's huge run, 60-yard run down near the goal line. And Isaiah Hall tried to sneak in and fumbled the ball into the end zone. And that's where we stand now as Hirschi's marching down the field. 1st and goal. Here we go. They hand it to Peterson, and he stopped for a loss. Take him back to the 10. Good stand there by Lake Worth's defensive line.
Yeah, and it looks like the nose tackles are going to be pinching into the A gap, and you got to secure the center. The center controls all. He can get back to the middle linebacker if he gets off his block. So you pinch down on him. That's where the penetration needs to come from. And moving forward, hopefully Lake Worth has found something, and they hold him out here.
And so Peterson still in the backfield. Twins formation, 2 out to the left, 2 out to the right. They're going to throw it. They're taking a shot, and they got him in. It's a touchdown for Hirschi. An unfortunate break there as a simple little, it was like a deep slant, almost like a post. And the receiver wide open there as Hirschi scores first here with 5:30 left in the first quarter. The Huskies lead 6-0 pending an extra point attempt. And here we go. It looks like they got a little double clutch just like Lake Worth, and Lake Worth bites. You know, you'd expect they might be used to it.
So I talked to the coach. Lake Worth did his JV game a couple of weeks ago, and he told me they flagged their kicking unit because they did the old Cowboys up and down, and unfortunately that is not the rule. They can do that as long as they're not presenting or going forward at the snap, and you know, everybody has something different to try to draw somebody off sides. But with this, you know, down here, it looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, and they try to sneak it in, jumping over the top of the pile. And that is going to be a 2-point conversion. So they elect to go for 2 after the encroachment call. An unfortunate break there for Lake Worth.
You talk about an unfortunate turn of events. You know, you have a great run to fumble on what looked like to me the half-inch yard line. Let's see if I can get the scoreboard here for you folks. All right. And then for them to have such a demoralizing drive to come all the way down the field, get the 2-point conversion on a penalty, this is preparing them for the playoffs. This is something, you know, adversity is going to hit them in the mouth. They've had so many games where they've blown these teams out. This is where you have to grit it, fight for this win. Yeah,
most definitely. And it's going to be a tough one. Of course, the good news is the fact that Lake Worth were able to come out and move the ball. I mean, it was one big play. And, you know, I'm going to have to watch that back on film tonight if the ball crossed the plane before it came loose. But unfortunately, we're not in the NFL. We can't go to the challenge. We can't go to the booth and review it. So the call on the field was a fumble in the end zone, and Hirschi took advantage of it. And they fake the herd kickoff once again, and they'll go back. So Lake Worth has done their homework and are prepared for that, as they'll get another opportunity with 5:30 left here in the first quarter. And the kick is up and going to be returned from the 20. Trying to make a move, makes one miss. Past the 40 and out of bounds near the 45-yard line. A solid return.
That's just a fantastic run. Makes some people miss. Gives his team great field position.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think that was number 13, Dante Reese. So not 100% on that one. Like I said, Joey usually I have he's over there with binoculars telling me what's going on. So I'm doing my best.
When it comes to numbers of football players, Joey's like Rain Man. You know, he doesn't forget anybody. And a lot of these kids he coached, you know, all the way in Pee Wee, and, you know, he's seen these guys come up. And so we'll do our best to fill in for him tonight.
Look at Pulte out there. Demarion Pulte getting the first down, a little wide receiver screen action. Sometimes the game is as simple as this. Get the ball in your playmaker's hands. And Demarion Moore has proven week in, week out for 3 years now that this man has come to play for Lake Worth. And a big gain there. First down, Bullfrogs. Yeah, Chris, tuning in, looking at that. Lake Worth, a couple of unfortunate breaks. I guess you could say that, and I agree with you. And here we go. Trips out to the left side. And a little bit of a counter action back to Demarion Pulte, trying to break a tackle, and he trips up and falls right near the 31-yard line. And it looks like the spot is good enough for a first down.
And I got to tell you, he was one block away from breaking that to the house. He had to pull up just a second as his offensive lineman was trying to get that outside backer. And, you know, just that hesitation for a second, you know, caught him from behind, but still a fantastic run. And it looks like enough to move the chains. There was a penalty on the play, but it was declined.
And Chris McMullen, I watched that TD for LW a couple of times. It really looked like he crossed the plane. Maybe, you know, we might not be too far away from having the ability to review plays in high school. I'm not sure. But here we go. A little counter action or draw action to Damian Moore. Spins around, still on his feet. And he's right near the first down marker. 3 plays.
They're going to give it to him. That's going to be another first down.
Yeah, man, 3 plays, 3 first downs. So Lake Worth able to move the ball rather seamlessly so far. So both offenses doing a great job of moving the ball downfield right now.
Yeah, this offense said, what lead, what momentum. They're going to show up and hopefully capitalize on this good field position.
A little bunch action. They're going to run it, toss to Damian Moore, and finally Hirschi able to limit Lake Worth to only about 4 yards on the play. It's like 3 straight plays averaging just about 12 or so yards.
This game might actually turn into the battle of the running backs. You know, the way the game plan shakes out and so much speed on the defense. You know, it's who can make the bigger play or have the most, and hopefully Lake Worth comes out on top tonight.
And rolling out, that is Isaiah Hall. Demarion Pulte trying to break a tackle, still on his feet, just near the line of scrimmage. And finally, he's going to be marked out of bounds for looking at the ref, and it is going to be a gain of about 2 on the play. So 3rd down, about 4 yards. And so this is going to be a big 3rd down. Of course, I'm assuming tonight, just by the looks of it, that this is going to be a shootout. So I think at this point, do they like to kick the field goal? It's going to be an interesting decision.
100% not. No, especially when you've already clinched the playoffs, you're playing for the number 1 seed, you're going for it.
And Isaiah Hall is a QB keeper, and he's trying to fight through. I don't know if he had enough, but looking at the referee.
Oh, he's going to spot him just short.
Wow.
Just short.
So a big play right here, 4th and inches for Lake Worth. You know, let's see. I don't know. Is it too early to bring out the bag of tricks? I'm not sure. Do they go to the QB sneak?
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know.
You line up right under center. You take your quarterback, and you just lean forward in a situation like this. You tell your offensive line, get in there. Here we go.
And it's a push. And look at that push from Damian Moore, getting his quarterback across the line.
I apologize about the camera, guys. I'm here watching the game, commentating, catching the scoreboard, and trying to work Joey's magic here. But
he's a rookie too, guys. We put him in a big spot.
Especially in probably the biggest game all year so far. And, I don't think he had it until he got that little push. But, great heads-up play by the running back and the quarterback to get that first down. Huge first down.
And so here we go. Trips out to the left. Isaiah Hall rolls out. Men in the backfield trying to get to him, and they're going to bring him down. He was looking. He was trying to read and unable to find something. And that's going to be a loss of about 5 on the play. So it's 2nd and goal now from the 15-yard line.
Yeah, the silver lining about a play like that, though, you take 5-yard loss, but, throwing across your body, trying to find somebody in the back corner of the end zone, bad things tend to happen when you rush your throw in a pressure situation like that. So they still have the ball. Hopefully we can get a play out here to Mark or to Junior out here on the one. Looks like they're man coverage. That's exactly who I would take a shot at.
And here we go. Isaiah Hall trying to break free. Makes a man miss. Rolling out, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. The ball is knocked out. And unfortunately, unable to find something there. And we'll see where the spot is. It looks like he does maybe gain a couple on the play, but it's going to be 3rd and goal now from about the 13 or so yard line. And this is going to be tough. I mean, credit to Hirschi right now. Having a good defensive stand right here as Lake Worth is in the red zone. And yeah, guys, if you're tuning in from Hirschi, we appreciate you being here. Make sure to maintain the respect in the chat as a little bit of a counterplay. And it's Damian Moore almost getting in. He fumbles the ball right at the 1-yard line, but this time they're not going to give him the fumble. And he's going to be spotted at the 1. Yeah, guys, of course, tonight we're bringing you this coverage. If you guys are tuning in from Hirschi, hey, guys, we appreciate you being here. We realize you guys want to watch a game. Of course, we're the ones bringing you the experience. So please, guys, maintain respect to the other chatters in the chat. We want to see these guys be successful, but we don't want to get this out of hand, guys. It's always a pleasure having you guys in here. We love interacting with y'all. So make sure, hey, respect each other. But here we go. Under center, Isaiah Hall, he sneaks into the end zone. Touchdown, Lake Worth. 1:04 left here in the first quarter, and Lake Worth putting 6 on the board, 2 points away from tying this one up.
And that's huge. If you get stopped on a goal line stand like that, that could be demoralizing. But to rally, to answer the bell, that's what playoff football is about. Hey, and shout out to Hirschi. The guys that are watching the stream. Hey, y'all have a heck of a football team, and this looks like it's going to be a great one.
So here we go. It looks like Lake Worth we'll just go ahead. We talk about taking risks, but of course you want to have calculated risks. And it looks like they're going to go for the extra point here. And we'll see exactly. Maybe you have some trickery. And a flag is thrown, a false start.
And see, this is exactly what I was.
Delay game.
Oh, okay. I was about to say this is exactly what I was talking about earlier. They got flagged for a similar false start when they do the old cowboy, up and down, attaboy. And it's a legal football move as long as everybody's set before a second before the snap of the ball.
Yeah, so it looked like he was about to move those hands in a false start motion, but then he gave the delay game signal. So Lake Worth will go ahead and put this ball up. It's Polito with the kick, and through the uprights, put another point up there as Lake Worth 7, Hirschi 8. We'll see if that comes to play later in the game. But Lake Worth with a solid drive, a bunch of good runs there from Damian Moore, of course, Demarion Pulte making his presence felt, and Isaiah Hall doing the rest, able to get a couple QB sneaks in there, and eventually ending up in the end zone. So Lake Worth able to respond, of course, a little bit of a depressing first drive, but we're able to come back and make something happen. So Lake Worth now will kick off. Polito get his first look of the night on the kickoff team. He's been solid for Lake Worth all year. Can put that ball in the end zone when he wants to for a touchback. We'll see what they elect to do here. I know he's got a fantastic pooch kick as well. And I guess it's a read on what Hirschi brings out here. And as Polito looks and breaks the huddle, we'll see what they come out with. Kicking off from the left hash. And the kick is up, and he's going to go ahead and kick it a little bit short. It's going to bounce, and Hirschi going to return it off the bounce. He's got some room. Polito has to make a play, swings him a little bit, and finally getting him out of bounds. A good run there from Hirschi, a good return. A risky play, but turns out to be worth the risk.
And see, that's unfortunate. You kick away from the playmakers, or at least you think you're kicking away from the playmakers, and your up back catches the ball off the bounce and takes it for 40 yards.
So Lake Worth defending now from just about. They're going to mark him right at the 30. And so we'll see what they can do here. Two receivers out to the left, one to the far side. Two backs in the backfield. They're going to go ahead and throw it to RPO action. And it's caught. And the Bullfrogs finally get there and able to stop him after a gain of 9 or so on the play, maybe 8.
We'll say that quarterback did a good job of getting that ball out because that linebacker was coming. He was coming on a stunt, and had he held on to that ball another half second, that defender would have been in his face. But, in this offense, you pick your poison. You load up to stop the running back, and quarterback pulls it, and he's got a wide-open slot receiver.
And so a man in motion for Hirschi. They had trips out to the far side. Now he goes into the backfield. And they're going to go ahead and run it to Marion Peterson, trying to break through. He will have the first down, and now inside the red zone. So inside the 20. And that actually will mark the end of the first quarter. So currently after 1, Hirschi has 8 and the Bullfrogs with 7. So both teams coming out. 2 strong offenses here tonight. Going to be, I said at the beginning, it looks like a bit of a shootout here. Good old Texas shootout, I guess.
Hey, on a Friday night in football, and you have 2 top-ranked teams like this going at it in district for the title, does it get any better? Obviously, holding up a state title would be the topping, but, on senior night, on a good game, when we were in high school, our senior nights were usually, one of the, let's just say not the best teams in our district, and it was usually handed affair. And so the fans were kind of out of it by halftime. And, it's a lot of handshakes and baby kisses. But in a game like this, you're playing for your football future here. As going into a first seed, makes the road just a little bit easier. And so you want to do everything you can to set yourself up for success, especially in playoff Texas football.
And now Lake Worth will start the second quarter defending their red zone. And hopefully they can make a stop here. Haven't seen the field goal unit kick a kick yet, so of course, Tim mentioned earlier, we'll probably see a lot of teams, or both Hirschi and Lake Worth tonight, go for it a lot. And here we go. 2 in the backfield. They're going to go ahead, and quarterback keeps it. And I don't know, it got to be a legal man downfield, it looked like, but they're not going to rule that on the RPO, and that's going to be right near the first down marker. So interesting call there.
So that offensive lineman, he's got 3 to 5.
Yeah.
3 to 5 yard window. It was close, and then from where my angle, he was right on that line. And that's one of those hard things. You got so many bodies washing in and out of there, the linebackers, the receivers, and you're trying to keep up with the numbers. And, unless it's blatant, it's hard to make a call like that because, there's just so many moving parts in that area.
And so that will be 1st and goal for Hirschi now. There looks like about the 8-yard line. And on first down, they'll run it to Peterson, trying to get a push, and the pile's still moving, and not enough to get to the end zone. Will be spotted at about the 2-yard line. So the score for you guys just tuning in, it is 8-7, Hirschi with the lead. So we are at the 11-minute mark here in the second quarter. Both teams offensively have been able to move the ball rather seamlessly tonight. As Hirschi in shotgun will hand it off to Peterson, and he fights through the hole, and touchdown for the Huskies. So at 10:55 mark, Hirschi now leads with a score of 14-7 pending the extra point. And like I said earlier, pretty much almost everyone in the stadium can assume who the ball's going to. And that was to number 22, Amarion Peterson. As we'll see if they do their little double clutch, as you're calling it, the cowboy up and down.
Well, I tell you what, man, my junior year, we played Dallas Madison, and it was about the same situation. The team was so-so, but their running back was the state returning champion in the 100-meter dash his sophomore, junior, and senior year. And with a guy that big, that fast, it's hard to stop. But I will say this defense is a whole lot better. Shout out to the guys I played with. I love y'all. But these guys run laps around us. They're just so fast. We might have been able to control the trenches a little bit, but these guys would have beat us in a foot race. So just want to see how they respond. They responded the first time after the score, so it's important for Lake Worth to take it right back down, keep this game close, and make the adjustments on defense at halftime when you get a better chance to look at exactly what they're trying to attack. Yeah,
no, it's definitely. And, still a lot of football to be played. Both defenses have some work, as now Hirschi, after the extra point, they now lead 15-7. So Lake Worth will look to go down here, of course, at some point. We'll see if Lake Worth elects to go for 2 on one of these touchdowns if they score again. And Joey's texting me right now, so I got to update him, of course.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going crazy right now.
Yeah, he wants to be here. I know he does.
Putting on the cha-cha slide, but he's like, man, what is it? What's the score? How's the defense looking? How's Junior playing? But, we know he's here in spirit, and he'll definitely be here next week.
And that is a kick down to the 15, and that is Demarion Pulte with the ball, trying to cut it back, has some space, spins around one, still on his feet, and down near midfield, right at the 48-yard line on a good return by number 6, the senior, Demarion Pulte, and a lot of you could say one of the heart and soul of this team. I don't want to say the only one because there's a lot of these big figures, these seniors here tonight. But, of course, Demarion Pulte, one of those big figures, especially in the locker room, takes leadership of this team. And what a season from the senior.
Yeah, you can't say enough about him. Just a great kid, great athlete, and every time he touches the ball, something magical is going to happen.
So here we go. They hand it off. It's a reverse play. Demarion Moore trying to find some space. He reverses himself, just trying to fight back the line of scrimmage, and unfortunately losing 5 on the play. So a little reverse action there from Lake Worth, sniffed out by the Hirschi defense.
That could have been that was a lucky break for Lake Worth, because as that receiver is breaking back to pitch that ball, he got a little too far up the field. And when that ball came out, I was really praying that was going to be a fumble. So, kudos to him for heads-up play, grab the ball, get what you can, live and die on the next play,
Exactly. And on our near side, we have junior session and Mark Fulkerson in the slot. And it looks like a timeout here is called by Lake Worth. So, guys, appreciate you guys tuning in here tonight. Of course, getting some messages. Everybody let me know that over 100 people in the chat here tonight. Appreciate you guys showing up, and that's not even including Facebook. If you are in the Bullfrog Radio chat over there on Facebook, we appreciate you guys too. Just do not have that feed pulled up tonight. I might check in on a halftime though, see how you guys are doing. But what I want you guys to do, if you could, this is one of the biggest games in years. Hirschi versus Lake Worth fighting for a district championship tonight. So if you want to go ahead, share, let the people know what you're doing on Friday night. Have them tune in and enjoy the action. Both teams offensively looking pretty good tonight, so should be a good one. But, guys, we appreciate you being here. And, of course, the game tonight, and look, Chris McMullen's getting ready for this one, is brought to you by the Eagles Nest. If you guys have, something to do this weekend, maybe want to watch a couple games of football tomorrow, maybe Sunday, head on down to the Eagles Nest down there on Boat Club Road, just a short drive from Lake Worth High School, and grab yourself a tall, cold glass of water. And the play action here, and Isaiah Hall taking a shot to Fulkerson, and just over his head, and that will bring up 3rd down and 15. So missed opportunity there, the play action. Looks like we got man coverage from Hirschi, and Mark Fulkerson was just trying to break free.
Yeah, I've been watching this kid play, ever since he was in, Bantam Pee Wee. I worked with his mother. Anytime you get Mark one-on-one on the outside, you take it. This kid, he's got great hands. Unfortunately, just missed opportunity there, but, you live with a chance like that.
And so a little bit of looks like a prevent defense here from Hirschi. Fake the handoff. Isaiah Hall shooting this one in, and looks like it was intended for junior session, but doesn't find anyone, and that'll bring up 4th down and 15 as the punting unit will come onto the field. And that's a tough break there for Lake Worth. So finally, the first stop of the game besides the fumble into the end zone, the first legitimate stop. Because I will look that first one back,
Man, I'll tell you what, this would the shape of this could be a whole different. But you live with these, and you got to make up for these mistakes, and you got to rally as a team. And that was a good punt.
And it's going to be returned here, trying to cut back and then hit from behind.
What a lick!
Good play there. I believe that was junior session and Craig Williams in there on the tackle. And so Lake Worth in a better seat right now. And so at least a little bit of a better position here. Not having to defend inside their own side of the field. As the defense still being tested. And so Lake Worth, we're in Lake Worth tonight. A chill night here. Very crisp, 56 degrees.
I had to reach for the jacket a second ago. I was like, just a little brisky out here.
It's perfect football weather, though.
Oh, yeah, with these kids with these pads on them, they warm as can be right now.
And the ball is knocked up and out of play. Sorry to cut you off.
No, hey, sometimes right there, the ball bounces your way just at that time. It didn't. It bounced out of bounds. But, you know, you could see the defenders looking to make a play. Both those eyes were up, and just unfortunate not to capitalize. But, hey, it's still 2nd and 10. Let's see if this defense can keep it going.
And, guys, we have 9:33 here left in the first quarter, or second quarter, first half, that is. And the Huskies lead 15-7. They have the ball right now at the 25-yard line. And they will hand it off to Peterson, trying to fight through the line. Lake Worth trying to get all over that one. They do. And they gain 1 on the play. So good defense there as it'll bring up 3rd down and 9 for Hirschi.
And that's one of the first times they went to that trip side receivers, you know, with the 22 on the other side. You run a halfback draw. You want to pull the defense in because what's going to come is a bubble pass to that middle receiver. And, you know, with only 2 cornerbacks out there, it's going to be a tough play for that safety to come all the way across the field and make.
Play action. Stepping back and a throw downfield. It's a wobbly pass, and a jump ball is caught. And that was number 3, Jamarion Carroll, with the catch. So that ball hung up there, as I like to call him. It was a duck. That thing was waving in the air, but there's a flag in the backfield, and that one's going to be brought back. What did you see?
Whew, so on that one, I didn't see the hold. I was too busy with the downfield action, making sure, you know, if he was in bounds. You know, there's so much to go on. Is he in bounds? Does the defender make contact? You know, does he push off the defender? You know, there's so much going on. You know, it's a great catch, but the Bullfrogs really lucked out on something like that.
Man, I mean, that was just a receiver making a play on the ball. And a great catch by the young man. But this one brought back, and now 3rd down and about a mile. They're almost down at the Eagles' nest at this point. And so here we go. Big 3rd down for Hirschi. Play action, dropping back, taking a shot back to number 3, and this time overshot by a good 5 or 6 yards. That'll bring up 4th down as the punting team will come out for Hirschi. So another stop, back-to-back stops.
Yeah, and that penalty is huge. You know, you go from first down in your own territory to, you know, 4th down. Now you get the ball back. Hopefully, the way these playmakers are moving, definitely on the inside of your 50. And this is where you got to capitalize. This is where you keep it close right here.
And a good kick here from Hirschi, and a fair catch was waved, but this one's going to fall and sit right there at the 48-yard line. So decent field position here for Lake Worth. We'll only have to go about half the field. And something to keep an eye on, we mentioned, is a little bit chilly. This is one of the colder games. It's been a warm fall this year. So Lake Worth playing in the elements a little bit tonight. Fingertips get a little bit chilly. I know it's kind of tough, but we'll see what Lake Worth can come up with here as 8:37 left to play in the first half. Lake Worth down by 8 currently. 2 in the backfield, 2 out to the far side, 1 near side. They hand it off to Damian Moore, trying to shake and bake, unable to break the tackle, and brought down for a loss of about 5.
Yeah, that right tackle, he's just got to set the edge, and he just got beat on that play. You know, when the defensive end's coming upfield that much, you want to just kind of ride him out, but, you know, especially if the play is designed to go that way, it's going to blow it up real fast.
Yeah, and, well, Lake Worth has to make a big drive here before halftime. We'll see if they can get it going here. And not helping with 2nd and 15. As 2 in the backfield. They fake the handoff, a little screenplay. That's Brian Neal with the ball. He's got some space. He breaks through. He's got the first down and more. He could go. He's trying to break through to the 10 and gets brought down. No, he's still on his feet. Dives down to the 5. Man, he looked like he was going down, and he fought for an extra 5. That long body just diving. And 1st and goal for the Bullfrogs.
Yeah, what a great play. You know, he breaks the tackle, comes up the middle. I thought he was stopped 3 times and just kept those feet moving. And what a huge play. Huge momentum swing for the Bullfrogs. And see if they capitalize here.
And so they'll go ahead and run the trap play to the fullback and a push in the pile. They're going to blow the whistle dead. So a gain of about 2 or 3 on the play.
Hey, I can respect it, though. That's some old school power football right there. Hand it to your fullback and go. Okay.
And so Lake Worth, 2nd and goal. And they handed that one off to Brian Neal. So it's 2nd and goal And from about the 3, looking at the side judge.
Yeah, this is where you don't get cute. You don't try, the Philly special or anything like that. You just line up, hit them in their mouth, and run it right in the end zone, right off the A-gap.
And Isaiah Hall trying to look for some space, trying to cut it back in, and he's met by some Hirschi players and not going to get in. It's funny you mentioned that Philly special. I don't like to say this because I'm in enemy territory, but that is my play. I was there in Philadelphia. I'm an Eagles fan. Shh, don't tell anybody.
I have left the chat, guys.
Bring out the Philly special.
Well, it worked for them, but, in a game like this, you don't want to try to get too fancy and, whether it be bot snap or ill-advertent pass, you want to line up here. What got you here? Give it to the ball to your playmakers and let them score a touchdown.
And so they're going to go up for a toss. Damian Moore trying to find some space, unable to break the tackle and brought down once again. So a goal line stand here for Hirschi. It'll be 4th down and goal from about the, let's see where the official spot is, about the 1. Yeah, it is the 1. And Isaiah Hall gets the play, and he approaches the huddle.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Big decision.
Without a doubt, you got to go for it,
Well, I'm saying it's just like, this is a big moment. He's walking to that huddle. He's got to command that huddle and get these guys fired up to make a big play, one of the biggest plays of the season. And it's a quarterback sneak, the push.
That's gonna be
it's
close.
A big call.
That's going to be close.
And it's a touchdown. Lake Worth gets the call. And Lake Worth looking to tie this one up. Will they go for 2? And we see 1's up in the air. So I'm assuming they're going to go ahead and they're going to play the safe game until they're getting their hand forced. So a great play there. Took 4 downs. Hirschi almost making the stand from the 5-yard line, but Lake Worth powering through and picking up 6. And pending an extra point, maybe within 1, I'll give you guys the time update in here in just a second. The double clutch, the up down, good snap, ball is up, it's a low kick, and it's through. So Lake Worth 14, the Huskies 15, as we got 5:32 left here in the first half.
Yeah, it's a close play at the goal line when you only get 1 signal from the officials. Usually on a clean-cut play, both of your sideline officials will signal a touchdown. But in a situation like that, because it was so close, the far side official made no call. He was waiting for the closest official on the sideline because that was his call. To him, he crossed that line. It was close. Hey, but I'll sure take it.
And, there looks like there was a late flag on the play. I believe an unsportsmanlike conduct flag. Looked like a player on Lake Worth was stepped on by a Hirschi player. So obviously not what you want to see there. We're obviously not. We don't like to show anything, but man, that's a tough break. But that will be assessed onto the kickoff.
And that's just something you don't want to see, and that is something that I will say has gotten a little bit worse over the last couple of years. Calling officials. Some of these late hits, these kids, we got the adrenaline, to be 17, 18 years old, and to always be perfect, you just can't, and unfortunate, you make a mistake like that. But with one more, because it was unsportsmanlike, one more and that player will be out of the game. I'm not sure exactly who they called it on, so it will be interesting to see moving forward. But any kind of taunting, targeting, even helmet to helmet, whether it's consequential or inadvertent, will still result in an ejection.
Yes, sir. And I just want to make sure everyone in the chat's aware. Yeah, it is the second quarter. We got 5:32 left to play in the second quarter. And so I'm getting some insight. Joey, I'll let you get your voice on here. And no, they just changed the scoreboard. I know he's texting me right now, but it is 15-14. The Frogs down by 1. And, he's like, hey, maybe we can hopefully get this running back out of steam. Of course, Marion Peterson for Hirschi, having himself a couple offers, having himself a great season. Definitely a respectable player. So he has obviously been the man to watch tonight for Hirschi. And he had a big play right there. The first play for Hirschi on offense, he did break free for a touchdown, but called back due to an illegal block in the back. And that's kind of where we're standing. So the ball will be kicked off now from the Hirschi 45 due to the 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty.
See, in a situation like this is where you kind of think about, the possibility of an onside, because even if you don't get it, I mean, you're still in great field position. I don't think they do, but in a situation like this, it wouldn't be unheard of because of this great starting. Because otherwise, you're just going to kick it back to the end zone. And
here we go. It's a little bit of almost like a squib kicking going out of bounds.
That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate.
Not what you want to do. And see what Hirschi elects to do with the call here. They want to re-kick or not. Recess the yardage.
They're going to take the 5 yards and just go forward.
So, all right. We're going to see Lake Worth, the defense, come on the field, and it's going to be spotted at the 30-yard line. So 5:32. Frogs have 2 timeouts left. Hirschi still has all 3. We'll see how that chess match plays out when the coaches elect to take those timeouts. And so a little bit of talking still between the referees with the head coach, it looks like, of Hirschi. And unfortunately, we do not have a voice down there to hear what's going on. But it looks like both teams now coming to the sideline.
So
maybe
they're going to re-kick.
Yeah, maybe it looks like re-kick.
Yeah, so I guess one of the officials jumped the gun. Just was like, hey, they're going to take the fun.
Yeah, so we just got the confirmation. Look, maybe we do. Hey, haven't heard that tonight. We have an on-field mic, it sounds like. And it's going to be a re-kick here from Lake Worth. So it's just basically, kind of. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not out there with the teams. I don't know all the statistics behind it, but I don't know. Maybe take the 5, but maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. No, in this situation, I don't understand why you wouldn't, because it's only
Yeah, you kick 5 yards back.
You're 5 yards back. So I mean, if you get anything less than the 30, it was a terrible call. And as long as Lake Worth keeps that ball in bounds, around the 10 or the 8, you have enough time to, you stop them inside the 20.
So that's going to be the point to look at, is the 30-yard line. That's where the ball would have been spotted. And now Lake Worth is going to have an opportunity to go ahead and kick this. That's Emiliano Gonzalez out there to kick here tonight, the senior. He's going to go ahead and he's going to put this one back near the 8 or so yard line. Lake Worth trying to get there. He's trying to break outside. And Lake Worth all over that one. So, again, don't understand.
Yeah, cost yourself 9 yards in a situation like that. I understand, hey, we broke one earlier for 40 or 50 yards. Maybe we can do it again, especially with them playing up. But, sometimes you can calls come back to bite you, and that one will probably come back to bite them.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I was saying I do coach. I know it's at the middle school level. Hey, don't hate. But, at the same time, I just, look, you're kicking from the 50. Statistically speaking, you're not going to get the same field position at the 30. But whatever. Anyway, here we go. It is a quarterback keeper, and he throws the ball late and stepping out of the bounds. So it apparently did not cross the line of scrimmage. A nice little play. I do like that. A gain of about 4 on the play.
Yeah, in a situation like that, the quarterback's got to realize he's not protected like a traditional quarterback would be in a play like that, because you're moving upfield, you're running with the ball, you're treated as a runner. So, even the hit looked worse than it was. He has 0 protection once he's outside that tackle box.
So here we go, man in motion, into the backfield, bubbling out. They fake it to him. They go to the screen to Mario Peterson, but defense all over that one.
Great play.
Can't fake us out. As I believe that's Exase Bakula in there in the backfield making the play, and that is Exase. What a tandem of defensive end that Lake Worth has between Exase Bakula and Brian Neal. Hard to fake out those two. Is now a trips formation out to our near side. Single receiver out wide to the oppo. Play action, rolling out of the pocket, got some time, takes a shot downfield. He's got a man. It's number 6. And does he catch it? He does. On his knees. A big catch there by Minifield from Hirschi. So unfortunate break, 3rd down, and a long ways to go for Hirschi, and they make a big play.
See, that's one of those things I don't understand there. Like, I know you got to respect the running back, but, you know, it's 3rd and 15. You know, we bite on the play action that they've been running. And, you know, it's the same play they ran earlier that got brought back on a block in the back. You know, that outside receiver, he's just on a free release, and these cornerbacks are going to have to start playing up.
And a false start, I believe, on the play, as Marion Peterson is going to run that one, but move those chains. Or not move that chain, move that marker back 5 yards.
Yeah, and I guess that his mic finally started working because, yeah, these last 2 calls I finally got to hear. But those first couple, you know, we were kind of in the dark until they happened. And, you know, as they're walking it off, we're trying to figure out what's going on here. But, hey, kudos to him. He's doing a great job. You know, like I said, there's pressure, you know, being a Texas State official and trying to be perfect out here for these kids because you never want to cheat them.
Of course. And I'm going to have to say something in a second here, but till then, Marion Peterson with the ball. And down, now it'll be 2nd down and about 7. You got my mom. Well, she's watching back there in Philadelphia right now, and she just texted me, Philly special in all caps.
No, hey, enjoy it. Okay, you know, as a Cowboy fan, I was 4 years old when we won our last Super Bowl,
yeah,
so
right.
It's been I mean, number 9 still my quarterback. That's still my quarterback.
Hey, we need a new one, but I still like Jalen. But it's all good. We'll talk about NFL another time. But here we are, a 2nd down and 8 with 3:39 left to play here in the 2nd quarter. And another handoff to Marion Peterson, and he's brought down a yard shy of the 1st down. So 3rd down and 1 for Hirschi.
Yeah, that's maybe one of those games where this running back ends up with 35 carries, you know, and then the good and bad in that is you put the ball in your best playmaker's hand. But, you know, it is a long football game. Those hits do start to add up, and, you know, you got to wonder, is the wear and tear of 30, 35 carries up the middle, up the gut, you know, going to catch up with him? And, you know, the great athletes overcome, and, you know, even they have their bad nights. And we'll see which one of this is for the young man tonight. But he's looking good.
And an RPO, and it's caught, and trying to make a move. I believe he stepped out of bounds, but no, they're not going to call it, so keep that clock moving until they move those chains. But a 1st down, and that was number 7 for Hirschi, Jewel Fletcher. So Jewel Fletcher picking up the 1st down. Little bubble screen.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's the exact that bubble screen off the play action. You know, it's just so set up for it because the safety's playing inside. You have one cornerback to cover kind of both of these guys, and if you get that ball out of there quick, you know, it's a tough ask for that cornerback to split the cornerback and make that tackle.
And so now Lake Worth have to defend from just inside their red zone. And important to note, 2:22 on the clock, it's still ticking. Hirschi taking their time, 10 on the play clock, and they're going to milk this clock as much as they can. And they're going to run it to Marion Peterson. He breaks free, and he's into the end zone. And a good run there by Marion Peterson, and a tough break for Lake Worth. As with 2:05 left here in the 2nd quarter.
You know, the scouting report's completely dead on with this kid. You know, north and south runner, big physical, just hit the hole, broke a tackle, and that's a tough answer for any defense to try to contain this young man.
Yeah, and it's a tough break as they will go ahead and go to kick for this extra point. The kick is low, driven kick, but it is through. So Hirschi now leads 22-14. Both teams offensively have looked solid tonight. I've been saying that all night. As Lake Worth has an opportunity, they only have 2 timeouts. And 2:05 left to play. So a big drive here for Lake Worth. And something to note, Hirschi will receive the ball at half. It will receive at half. So we'll see what Lake Worth can come up with. Little 2-minute drill. And, you know, sometimes that ain't a bad thing. You know, get Isaiah Hall out there. Don't let him think too much. The ball in his hands and let's go, you know, and don't think, just play football.
Well, the great thing about when you're running a hurry-up offense, defense can't sub. You know, it doesn't, kind of gets the defense on their heels, especially if you're moving the chains, and gives you an opportunity to make them react to what you're doing instead of, setting the tone or setting the pace.
And so Hirschi will kick off here. Lake Worth is Demarion Pulte, of course, last time had a great return. They faked the herd just like always, but Lake Worth waiting for that.
You know, I had just in the pit of my gut, I feel like at some point we're going to see them go ahead and pull the trigger on that and try to get cheeky with it.
Yeah, right. And the kick is low and driven. It's going to bounce. Damian Moore does have it. He's going to return it, trying to find a seam. Got a little bit of something and gets hit there right at the 32-yard line. It is 2 minutes on the dot left here to play till half.
We'll say it must have been a good lick because I heard some oohs and ahs from the crowd, you know.
And that's funny. I won't continue what you're saying.
No, I was just saying, but, this tough young man, he shakes it off like, hey, what hit? Gets up, gets ready to go.
That's just football, baby.
Yeah.
And, no, Sharon Stewart, I like you. She's giving my attitude for me a little bit. He just said 222. So here we go. Twin set. Isaiah Hall drops back, fires out to Mark Fulkerson. He catches it. He has to beat one man, stays on his feet, and gets the first down. So that will stop the clock for a second while they move the chains. 152. Score 22-14. Hirschi in the driver's seat.
Well, with this offense, 1 minute, 52 seconds, 2 timeouts. I mean, that's a lifetime, especially already on the 40-yard line.
And I'm not sure who the timeout was called.
He didn't signal it yet.
And it looks like might be Hirschi. So, yeah, because it was weird because I saw the trainer from Hirschi sprint out towards the referee right before the whistle was blown. I was kind of like, wait, what is she doing?
Well, the sideline official, he pointed to the referee, to the white cap, and so it looked like he was signaling Lake Worth. Okay. So did they change it? Because it looks like he's pointing toward the Lake Worth sideline.
Well, here's what I saw. Mark Fulkerson had the catch, and he came, I believe the ref may have told him to go to the sideline for something, and, he looks fine, but sometimes, if you're bleeding, they're going to tell you to go get that bandaged up.
And that's one of the toughest things, tell a kid who's playing his heart out who probably doesn't even notice the little scrape or, but it's a safety issue at this point, and so, the referees do a great job of saying, hey, look, I know it's important, but you have to go get that taken care of. But so in order to buy Mark back in, it looked like Lake Worth did take the timeout just to make sure, you have your playmakers on the field. And you have to burn a timeout right then, but it gives you a chance to get everybody get on the same page and try to move this football.
All right. So that will take a timeout off the board for Lake Worth. Unfortunate break, 1:45 on the clock. 1st and 10 from about the 42-yard line. Isaiah Hall looks, he throws. That's Demarion Pulte. He's got a man on his back, but he carries him across the first down marker. First down, Bullfrog. So stop that clock for just a second. 1:36 on the clock. And now I'll tell you when it starts moving, and there it goes. Lake Worth ready for this. Isaiah drops back. He's got some trouble in the pocket, and he's going to be brought down. So Lake Worth needs to get back to the line quickly here.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's his missed opportunity. He had 2 receivers streaking down the sideline. If he was able to step up into that throw, who knows what could have happened. And we'll see if we can get a little bit better protection on this next play.
So here goes Lake Worth. 1:10 on the clock. 2nd down. He fires. He's got Fulkerson, and he gets absolutely lit. And, man, big hit there from Hirschi. And so that's 3rd down and about 13 yards. And 50 seconds on the clock. All right. 3rd down. And they go ahead and they run it to Damian Moore, and it looks like maybe they're just going to go ahead and let this clock run out towards half. That's 35 seconds and a timeout now called by Hirschi. So obviously a smart call there by Hirschi calling the timeout. They want to force Lake Worth's hand to go ahead and punt this ball.
Yeah, I know you want to be aggressive, but here, you punt the ball, you go in the locker room, you coach your kids up, say, hey, look, it's a 1-score game. We're going to start off on defense the second half. Let's get mean, let's get physical. Let's get that ball back and tie this game. But now's they always say you can't win a game in the first half, but you can lose it. So now's the time just to play field position, get it to the half, and regroup, and hopefully for a better outcome in the second half.
Exactly. And so we'll see what Lake Worth comes up with. Of course, at this position with 35 seconds, you expect the punt. You don't want to risk it all and give Hirschi time. They still have one timeout. And, just like Chris just said in the chat, you hope Lake Worth goes in there. I know they have some great coaches, especially, one of those guys, I talk about him a lot. You've heard me mention him before, and that's Keith Stiffelmeyer. Coach Stiffelmeyer has done a phenomenal job. He's got it. His mind just it's amazing. He can go in there. He's reading, hey, step that guy over just 6 inches or move this guy back by a yard and a half. And making those minor adjustments can be the difference in a game. So we'll see what he comes up with in halftime along with the other Bullfrog coaches as Raul Alvarez back to punt. And a good punt, a spiral punt, is going to be returned here. And the Bullfrogs get him down at about the 20 or so yard line. And that will put 26 seconds on the clock. So we'll see what Hirschi does here. Will they take a shot downfield? You would assume so. But also gives Lake Worth a chance.
Yeah, I must say, burning a timeout, definitely shows that they want to be aggressive. They've had plays that work, especially the play action outside receiver on the right-hand side. He hasn't been throwing much at all. I don't think he's thrown one pass tonight to the left side, outside of maybe a bubble screen or, a little slant. But, the fade to the outside, especially to number 3, Jamarion Carroll. The kid's got some speed and he's got obviously some great hands and made 2 huge catches, and we'll see what happens.
All right, they take a little throw to the outside, left side of the field. It's complete, and the ball's out. Whew. And that's why I was saying it's a little bit risky, because if that ball comes out, you give Lake Worth a chance to kick a field goal. And they luckily recover it. It'll be 2nd down and 1, 15 seconds on the clock.
You'll see if Hirschi's just content with taking this into halftime, or does look like they're going to just let it tick out. And that's going to be, 14-22 going into half. Huskies leading right now, and we'll see if the Bullfrogs can make some adjustments in that second half.
All right, guys, well, that brings us to halftime. What we usually do, I'm going to go ahead and stick my mic outside the window and give you guys an opportunity to listen in to the Lake Worth band. We'll see if Hirschi, I do believe Hirschi is going to come out with their band as well. So you guys go ahead, go grab a drink, grab a snack, come back for an excellent second half. What a first half we've had so far. Of course, Lake Worth down right now 22-14. It's been a tough one so far. Both teams' offenses have been phenomenal tonight. We'll see what they can come out with in the second half. But until then, guys, this game tonight brought to you by Eagle's Nest right down the road on Boat Club Road. Go ahead and grab yourself a tall, cold glass of water.
I hear it's pretty cold down there.
Yeah, man. It's beautiful. And I know maybe, hey, I know it's getting a little bit colder, but nothing beats, the water over there at Eagle's Nest. Maybe grab yourself some wings, and if I'm doing the full Joey Wilcoxon experience, that sweet golden nectar, that sweet tea they got down there. So, guys, we appreciate you tuning in. Got over 150 in chat tonight, and appreciate you guys tuning in. So, all we ask is keep it respectful, and we'll let you guys listen in. Until then, see you guys in about 30 minutes.
Tonight, the bands are performing the Royal Show for the final time. The band directors would like to say how proud they are of the Big Blue Band for all the hard work and
We need
dedication
you to
this
guard
season.
our stuff.
You really are the best band.
So you guard our stuff. So we were waiting on you to get back before we went, so you can guard our stuff.
The drum majors for the Husky Band are Senior Drum Major Catherine Dockery and Junior Drum Major Baxter Daly. We present to you Dante.
All ye who enter here. At last, paradise.
Now, Hirschi Husky fans, it's time for your fight song. The band is under the direction of Shirley Blakeman, Nick Alberts, and Lindsay Harris. Thank you for watching our performance this evening.
Well, that line is a mile long. Yep. So we did right, getting our stuff ahead of time. Oh, we should have took our trash. There was this little boy wearing a Texas Tech hoodie thing. And I walked by him and I was like, Texas Tech. And he was like he didn't even know what he was wearing. I was like, you're wearing a Tech shirt. And then he like runs from me. I was like, oh, no.
See the black t-shirts down there for sale?
No. No. Were they playoff shirts? That she's wearing?
We're right there by the rail.
had hoodies, they had t-shirts. Seems like they had like bullfrog across here and like that, like it was like loud or something. Outline. Well, we don't stop anything here.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the crash of cymbals and the gleam of shining brass, Lake Worth High School is proud to present the Bullfrog Marching Band. Leading the band on the field tonight are drum majors Jody C. Velasquez, Adrian Nunez, and Diana Avi. Performing their 2021 competition show, A New Beginning, we present the Bullfrog Marching Band.
All right, guys. Hopefully y'all had a great halftime. And I'm seeing Joey in the chat. Appreciate you. All right. So, quick recap of what happened so far. So I'm going to turn myself down. I had the mic up there for the band. But here's what happened. Lake Worth started out the game with the ball. And a great 60-yard run by Damian Moore began the first quarter of the game. And right there at the goal line, Isaiah Hall went for a quarterback keeper. And the ball apparently was fumbled into the end zone and recovered by Hirschi. Thing is, talking around, looking around, watching replays, very controversial call. Looked like Isaiah Hall had control of the football, broke the play. Regardless, it was ruled a touchback. And Hirschi came out, had a huge 75-yard little bubble pass to Marion Peterson, but called back. It was a touchdown, but called back due to a block in the back. They end up marching down the field. They score. They go for two. They get it. Lake Worth comes down. They get a couple runs. They were looking pretty good. They get the score with the quarterback keeper. And back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until Hirschi broke the tie, or not the tie, but they continue to lead. They've been in the lead pretty much the whole game at this point, the whole game. And now they lead 22-14. But both teams able to move the ball. Both teams look pretty good offensively. Both teams had one or two defensive stops, but right now it's a battle of the offenses. And so here we go. We are about to kick off here in the second half. Lake Worth will kick. Hirschi will receive. And now just kind of giving you guys an update. I don't believe this is even correct at this point, but there you go. It's almost now into the 40s here in Kittrell Stadium in Lake Worth, as it's a small little pooch kick.
That's unfortunate.
And it goes out of bounds right before the 30.
And so that's the dangerous the game you play when you're doing those pooch kicks, is, man, when it starts bouncing like that, it's anybody's guess on where that ball is going to end up. And it's just unfortunate. It's going to be good field position. Moving forward for the offense, and with a strong running back like they have, the 2 points of emphasis: watch the bubble screen, close down the A gap. Otherwise it's going to be a long night. And so hopefully the Bullfrogs had a good pep talk in the locker room, come out fired up, and play with some energy here.
Exactly. And here we go. Hirschi will take over on the 35. Two receivers to the far, one to the near. Shotgun formation, and it's a handoff to none other but a Marion Peterson, but brought down in the backfield. I believe the first one to get there was Brian Neal, grabbing a hold and brought it with his, I guess, the tandem pair there with Exase Bakula. Great play by the defensive ends.
And with the play with the defensive ends right now, you kind of invite them to, run east and west instead of that north and south where they've been so deadly. And you kind of want to show them the look, let them think that, it's open, and that's when team defense comes into play.
Exactly. And so here we go, 2nd down and 10. So he got back to the line of scrimmage. Two receivers to the far side, one to the near. And they'll go ahead and fake it to Marion and hand it off down the middle. And sneaking through for a gain of 4 was number 6. And that is Minifield.
He was stopped pretty much at the line of scrimmage, but that last little tuck and fall probably got him, 2.5 of those 4 yards. But, a good way to stand on the Lake Worth defense, and it's a big down here, 3rd and 7.
Yeah, this could be a momentum boost if Lake Worth able to stop him here, but of course they still got to play the down. Trips formation, out to the near side, one receiver to the far, shotgun. 3rd down and 6.
That's where that bubble screen, right?
And
right
you called it. Hey, Tony Romo, and he gets the first down and more. Unfortunate break there. Big hit on the quarterback, though, in the backfield. Was able to kind of pull up. But, man, that bubble screen. Yeah, man, Tony.
I'm
going to call you Tony now.
That's my quarterback. But, looking at the defense, the way they're positioned, they have strong playmakers on the outside. But when you have 3 on the outside like that and you're playing 5 to 7 yards off the ball, I mean, you're inviting that's just so much open space to catch and run. And, one missed tackle, and it's off to the races. So I would look for Lake Worth to start playing some bump and run and, man coverage. But it looks like the same way. Watch for that bubble screen right here on the left, going right back to it.
Trips out to the far side. And they hand it off right in the middle to Marion Peterson and able to pick up a good 5 yards on the play or so. And that's why you're saying it's so deadly right there is, you know, that you got to respect that run right down the middle, and that bubble screen just opens right up.
Yeah, that's one of those things I think the quarterback missed on that. You know, he has every opportunity to pull that ball, and, you know, it's 3-on-2 on the outside, and, you know, you get a block, it's, you know, it's all she wrote. So Bullfrogs, you know, held strong, and it looks like 2nd and 5. So, you know, we got to stop the run, but that bubble screen is going to be something to watch moving forward.
And here we go. So they counter it. No, quarterback keeper. Nice little fake, but all over that one. That's Craig Williams, number 16 on the tackle. Cordell Avington, my bad, reaching up, slapping the helmet. Love to see it. Teammates getting fired up. That'll bring up 3rd down and 11, so a big loss on the play.
And that was a good read on the defensive end's part because, you know, they had just ran a play similar to that about 3 plays ago where they did give it to the running back. This time the quarterback decides to hold it, and, you know, poor decision on his part, but lucky break for us.
So here we go. Big 3rd down now for Hirschi. 3rd and 11. And they're going to go with 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Twins formation. One in the backfield. It's Marion Peterson now in motion. And timeout. Hirschi. Okay. Didn't like the look.
You know, and I'm kind of glad they took a timeout there because nobody was really moving with that running back in motion. And so you had 2 cornerbacks out there with 2 receivers. But, you know, with a playmaker like that on the outside, he gets any kind of leverage, you know, turning upfield. You know, it's dangerous. But hopefully Lake Worth can answer the bell. And this is a huge down because if they get the ball back here, you know, it's a new ball game.
Yeah, and, I mean, that's exactly what they're looking for. And, guys, just if you're tuning in, 8:47 on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. Huskies lead 22-14.
I'm try to get a good look on it. This shines
there
ever
you
so
go.
bright.
Yeah, usually when Joey's here, I know we usually have the double cameras. He's got a lot of his technology out there working tonight.
Selfish.
I know, right?
He didn't leave us with any of his fun toys. Doesn't trust us.
It's all right.
I mean, it's a good call. I respect the call.
Exactly,
but,
I do too, yeah.
Got to work with the tools we got.
So, let's see what we can do here. A 3rd down and 11. Bullfrog defense has given up some big 3rd down plays, but like I said, halftime, adjustments to be made. Twin formation. We'll see if Amarion goes in motion. A little bit of different look from the Bullfrog defense. Fake the handoff. They're going to take a shot. Defense trying to get there. A holding call looks like almost picked off by Mark Fulkerson off his face mask. But the call in the field looks like it'll be a holding call. Will the Bullfrogs accept or decline? It is going to be 4th and 11. And it's going to be declined as Tracy Welch will see what the Huskies want to do here on 4th. Will they go for it? It's kind of no man's land, and it looks like the punting unit is coming to the field.
Yeah, that's smart. You know, you want to be aggressive, but, you know, in a situation like this, especially just getting a gift. I know Mark's you know, we always call him Little Mark, but he's grown into a, you know, a grown man here, and, you know, he's probably kicking himself, but if he had that back over again, he'd probably taken that to the house. But, hey, we're still getting the ball back, and go Bullfrogs.
And so here we go. It's a kick. And it's going to be fair caught here by Demarion Pulte. That'll be spotted right about the 18-yard line. So quite a ways to go. That's 82 yards for the Frogs. Need to come up with a big drive here.
Hey, but what a way to answer the bell, though. You know, you come out, you're down, you know, you go in at halftime knowing they get the ball, and you have 1 goal and 1 goal only. Don't worry about the next offensive drive. You stop it. You get the ball back for your offense, and you put the ball in the hands of these playmakers.
Exactly, and that's exactly what you want to see. And you can see here on the broadcast a way deep safety, and it's going to be a throw. And it's Demarion Pulte. He's free. He's got some space, and his speed. Will he get there? He gets tripped up. Oh, my God.
1 man to beat.
And that was that high safety.
The shoelace tackle right there. He had 6 written all over it.
Hey, man, that is crazy. I mean, hey, I called out that high safety, and he ended up being the one to make the play. But a massive gain down to about the 28-yard line or 27-yard line.
Well, that's what you got to do against this defense because they're playing press coverage. They're putting 1 safety back there, and they're saying, we dare you to throw outside. The middle's going to be wide open with 1 safety like that.
And here we go. Run to Damian Moore. He's got some space, and he finally gets met in the hole. And a solid gain there on first down. About 3. It looked like he got a little bit further, but the spot on the ball. So it's going to be second down and 7 yards to go. Actually, they're saying 2nd and 6, so maybe I'm just a little off on the perspective. Man in motion. That's a tight end, Dominic Alvarez. Fake the handoff. Isaiah Hall trying to turn the corner. He's got some space, and it looks like he's got the first down and more. Good run there by the quarterback. Down to the 10 or so yard line. Looks like it's going to be spotted at the 11. And the Frogs are moving.
And the speed of this team just cannot be, just overemphasized. These kids are just so quick. They hit the hole and they go. You got playmakers on the outside, playmakers at quarterback and running back, and they just got to eliminate some of the the mistakes that kind of shot themselves in the foot. But they got a good football club here, and hopefully they punch it in and get this game close.
And here we go. And so if they do get in, the decision is, do they go for 2? But we got to get there first. 2 men outright. Isaiah is looking that side. He's going to take a shot. It's Mark Fulkerson. And incomplete. Bounces off his hands. They took a shot. A little fade to the back of the end zone. And unable to come up with the Mark Fulkerson. Isaiah Hall gave him a shot. A good ball. Unable to be corralled.
Oh, it's definitely a good ball. And like I said, one-on-one coverage, you got to take your shots when you get there. I know Coach Welch is probably sitting on that halfback slant when they're in the open field. And right here, it's a little bit closer with these defenders playing up. But, you'd love to have that one back.
So here we go. 2 out to the right now. Man in motions. Demarion Pulte. It's a counter, though. They go to Damian Moore, and he's going to be met in the backfield. Interesting spot. I think on forward progress. Yeah, they take a yard up. So second down, now third down, and about 12. So a big down here. Third down and 12. Just outside. First and goal. Almost got there, but not quite. So it looks like the ball's marked now at the 14-yard line. In a bunch formation. A tight bunch off to the left side of the formation. They're going to go toss. No, they fake it, and they go to Demarion Pulte trying to get the edge. Breaks the tackle. Tries to get to the first down marker. Just shy.
And what a gutsy call. You think in a long situation you gotta pass, but a little fake fullback, halfback toss, and he almost caught the edge.
I thought he reached that ball out, but they're not gonna
give him the reach. They're gonna give him the foot, which, if you're a Bullfrogs fan, is unfortunate because it does look like they're sending out the kicking unit.
Hey, but
points is points,
Exactly, and in such a close game, if they're able to put this 3 on the board, that would make it 17-22, making it a 5-point game. So next score will take the lead for the Bullfrogs if they score a touchdown. There's the double clutch. Kick is up, and it is good. So Polito back in the game. Had a little bit of a knock there. He got a little bit of a cheap shot earlier in the game. And able to come back in and put 3 on the board for the Bullfrogs. 6:15 remaining in the third quarter. Bullfrogs trail by 5. And look, you already got the scoreboard. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, well, I know they're asking for it. And like I said, we're doing multiple jobs up here, so I'm trying to be as considerate as I can. I know.
Well, listen. I got reports coming in from the man himself. He says, y'all sound great. If we could consistently get all 3 of us, this would be the dream team.
Man, I'll tell you what, for a long time, my schedule wouldn't allow because I was reffing, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday nights. But, Joe, if you're listening with the new schedule, buddy, I am all go next season. So that would be a fantastic opportunity just to, be out here. I mean, as crazy as this world is, you can't find a better place right now to be on, watching these kids live their dreams on a good football team. On a beautiful night. Yeah, it's a little chilly, but, it's football Friday nights. It does, in Texas, does it get much better?
No, it doesn't. So it's a chilly night, but perfect temperature. Not too cold, just a little bit of football weather. As Polito will come out here to kick. And it's a short one. And it's dropped, but looks like able to corral that.
Oh, that was close. If you're a Hirschi player or fan, you're holding your breath on something like that, but kudos to him for being able to jump on that ball because that would have been huge.
Yeah, right. So right now 6:14. Hirschi's got good field position. They'll take over now at the 44-yard line. They're 44. So right now, Bullfrogs, they got another task, and that's to make another stop. They came up big last time. Coming out with that full house formation is Hirschi. 3 backs in the backfield, along with the quarterback. They're going to go ahead and fake it, and they go out to the bubble screen.
That's
Junior Session trying to get there, and no flag. So we got a ref in here.
Man, I tell you what, from where I was sitting, you know, with a hold, if the defender's trying to make a clear cut to get away, and that offensive tackle still got a hold, you know, even if it's not egregious on at the point of attack, you know, that's just, for me, that's one of those backside, it's hard to call because, you know, it really has no effect on the play, but, you know, the block that breaks the play open, you know, it's a judgment call at that point. You know, and like I said, these guys have been doing it far longer than I have. But from where I was sitting, he looked like he had a handful of jersey.
And here we go. They go a quick throw. It's out of number 3. It's complete with a first down, trying to rip the ball out where the Frogs and unable to do so. So that's going to be spotted now at the 34-yard line. And Hirschi marching on the field a little bit.
And I'll tell you what, that's the 3rd big catch for Carroll. You know, when they needed him, he's shown up every time. He's caught every ball he's been asked outside of the one that was overthrown. And, you know, if you're on defense, that's outside of the running back, that's the guy I would start to key.
And that is the scorer, Andy Walker, tuning in. Appreciate you. It's 22-17. They're going to go and run it. Marion trying to get free.
Great play. That's
and that
an absolutely fantastic play.
And that's our own Brian Neal getting in the backfield. Single guy just able to make it happen. The blockers were in front. Somehow, some way, Brian Neal sneaks in the backfield. 2nd down and about 17.
And that's when you just line up, beats his guy, finishes the play. You can't ask for any more than that.
And so, yeah, and, you know, an interesting Mr. Bowden in the chat over there saying, yeah, Hirschi going away from the run, and that's why. Because, you know, I think Lake Worth doing a good job adjusting that and having to go to the pass here. So 2 in the backfield, 2 out to our near side. It is another pass, and it's going out to an out route, and he's still on his feet. And a completed pass. We'll see where the spot is. It's spotted at the 30 or 28-yard line. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 4 or 5. Official spot's 4 to go. So a big 3rd down stop here would be huge.
Yeah, Hirschi tendency on this, you know, 3rd and 4, I feel like there's about 0% chance they drop back and throw this ball. They're going to either it's going to be a quarterback option or number 22 is going to get that ball, and you know, you put your hands in the playmaker, the ball in the playmaker, and there he goes.
And he does have the ball to Marion Peterson. He's brought down.
Him.
And so that's going to bring up 4th down, and you would assume in this position that Hirschi is going to go for it.
Yeah, you know, and Bullfrogs caught a break there as he was turning up the field. It looked like he slipped a little bit. I mean, Bullfrogs are still there to make a group tackle, but it did look like, you know, Peterson lost his footing there. You know, lucky break. But this is a huge call for Hirschi because if they don't get it, you already let up points. You got stopped on the first drive, and it looks like they're going to take – yeah, this is a good call because you don't want to get this wrong. You want to line up with your best play, and hopefully the Bullfrogs can respond.
Man, but that's a big call for that. That in itself, calling a timeout, that brings Hirschi down to only 1 timeout left. There's still 3:12 left here in the 3rd quarter, meaning they'll have 1 timeout going into the 4th. And you know, it's still a close game. It's a 5-point game. It's 22-17. And, you know, obviously, even if they score here, and if Lake Worth come down and scores again, we could get into an interesting situation in the 4th quarter. But, of course, like you said, this 4th down is I mean, make or break.
It's a huge call, and, you know, they always tell you can't take the timeouts with you. You can't take them home. But, you know, if this game especially gets really close in the 4th quarter, you know, it could be something come back and bite them because, you know, they made the right call, though, because if you're going to go for it, you better be on point on everybody knowing their assignments because a false start or somebody going the wrong way, you know, and you give the Bullfrogs in this offense the ball back and then, you know, and all the momentum that comes with it.
Yep. And you know, right here, so just so you guys know at home, it's about a 42-yard field goal if they were to attempt it, and they're not going to. They have the trips formation. You've been talking about that bubble screen and that maybe run up the middle. I don't know. It might be that RPO look And it is. It's a handoff up the middle, and they're stopped! And
it.
they're stopped! Lake Worth with a big fourth down stop. They will take over now from about the 27-yard line. And wow, this defense has struggled with the run this year. That's been one of their weak points. But they have been able to manage some days, and today is one of those days against one of the best running backs in the area. Wow.
And that's absolutely huge. Hirschi made the right call. You put the ball in your playmaker's hands, and just a better, job at, team defense, and that's a huge play for the Bullfrogs. Let's see if they can capitalize.
And so here we go. The Frogs will take over. They're going to go ahead and have Demarion Pulte out there in the slot on the far side, along with Mark Fulkerson, junior session on our near side. Now he's in motion. They drop back. Little screen action. The throw is high and away, and, it was a risky throw. The defense was there, at least all over Isaiah Hall, and he's able to get away from that one. So first down was not the best look, but here we go. 2nd and 10.
I will say Hirschi has all the faith in the world in their two outside cornerbacks, because they are leaving them on islands, press coverage, and just saying, hey, you're going to beat us, we're going to beat you. But, they're coming to play.
And so here we go. Isaiah Hall keeps it. He's trying to break free. And he gets a gain of about 5 on the play, so a solid 2nd down. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5, just about.
That's the second time we've seen that, little gadget play. But, they have been using it for, positive little chunks. And 3rd and 5 is better than 3rd and 10, So getting a better position to kind of run or pass here. I still think they stick with the pass, but we'll see what they do.
And so here comes the Frogs, lining up with Demarion Pulte on the far side in the slot. Damian Moore in the backfield. Mark Fulkerson to the far side. Junior Session to the near. Here's a snap, rolling out right. And it's completed. Demarion Pulte with a 1st down. Big play. So another 3rd down converted here by the Frogs. And they're marching. 2:16 left on the clock. And I don't even know why you even want to say, why is the commentator yelling? I mean, do you understand what's being played for this game? This is a district championship game right here. The number 1 and 2 team in the district duking it out here at Kittrell Stadium. A crisp 50 degrees here tonight. These two teams had a great season. Demarion Pulte in motion, and it's not going to go to him. It's Damian Moore trying to sneak through the middle, sniffed out by Hirschi's defense.
There's one thing I see here on the defense, and I know Coach Welch sees it. The backside cornerback is rolling to the tight end side, and he's kind of just letting the outside receiver with some cushion. And so, if they come back to it and just have that outside receiver, whether it be Mark or Junior, hit a fade, buddy, that's going to be 6. So hopefully something opens up for them, and we'll see what happens.
And so it is a QB sneak. Isaiah Hall trying to fight through the middle. He's got a decent push. And after the spot, he'll be marked down at the Lake Worth 49-yard line. So a 3rd down and 6 here. Another big down for the Frogs. And it'll be an interesting play call. So I don't know if they go to the bag of tricks here or what, but man, this game is getting excited as we near the 4th quarter. Rolling out Isaiah Hall. He's trying to go to Demarion Pulte. He's got it. He's got the 1st down again and pushed out of bounds. Demarion Pulte, the go-to guy, making another big play.
And that was the exact same play, just flipped over. Lake Worth looking like they kind of weren't happy with that hit. Thought it might have been a little bit late, but yeah, same play, just flipped over to the 2 receiver side, and with a playmaker on the outside, you put the ball in his hands, and hope for the best.
So 2 stacks on the field. Isaiah Hall quickly goes out. It was intended for Junior Session. A little bit out in front of him. Unable to corral that one. 46 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down 10.
And if you're Lake Worth, the way your defense got you the ball back, you got to put points on the board. You want a touchdown, but with this kicker's range, maybe 15 more yards, you're in field goal range. But you need to get points on the board. And, the way Six has been running the ball, I would I wouldn't lose a minute of sleep at night to put the ball in his hands.
And so here we go. They're going to toss it. Damian Moore with the ball. He's got some room trying to get to the outside. He does. Near a first down, depending on the spot. And, man, it looks like it's right at the marker, so it's going to move those chains.
He's going to give him the first. It was close, but, hey, good spot, good call, and we're moving.
And they are. There's the signal. So a big opportunity now for the Frogs inside the 30-yard line now. Some big third down conversions. As 2 out to the right, 1 to the near side. Rolling out to the right. Isaiah Hall trying to find somebody. He throws it away. Good decision there outside the pocket. No intentional grounding. And the score right now is 17-22. Huskies lead.
It's a good thing I don't have heart condition because this game will get you going. You feel like you're on the edge of your seat. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better game here.
I mean, this is what football's all about. District championship on the line. 7-2 Hirschi versus 8-1 Lake Worth here at Kittrell Stadium. They're going to go ahead and hand this one off to Damian Moore, trying to fight through the pile, unable to break through. Maybe a gain of 1, maybe 2 on the play. So 3rd down and 9. This will be the toughest 3rd down so far this drive.
And as much as I love the aggressive play of the Bullfrogs, I really would look for them to, call a play to move the chains.
That's quarter.
Oh, and that's going to be quarter. So, start of the 4th quarter, Lake Worth marching in. Going to be a huge 3rd down, a 1-score ball game. You got to hope that Lake Worth keeps this drive going and punches it in, takes the lead here.
Yeah, man, that would be great. And seeing some love. I know last game, a couple weeks ago, we saw Mr. 63, that's Hector Garcia, got to run the ball and get some love in the chat right now. So he put 63 in a halfback. I did see that. He did put somebody on their butt, absolutely trucking through the hole and looking for somebody.
If you want to win, you got to put Booby in, so.
No, I don't think we'll see him here tonight, but, man, you got an opportunity to go show what he can do. But Damian Moore has had a good night. Got stopped there, but we'll see what they can drop here. It's a perfect opportunity, though, to have the quarter end and get a little timeout, I guess you could say, to talk about it.
You don't have to burn a timeout. You kind of get everybody on the same page, make sure everybody knows their routes, because you would have to think they're gonna pass the ball here, and that slant, especially with them playing one high safety, that safety's got to make a decision, and I've played enough Madden in my days to know if you leave the middle open, good things are going to happen.
Exactly. And so here we go. A 3rd down and 9. 2 third downs already completed earlier on, or converted. 1 in the slot, and the slot is, of course, Demarion Pulte. Isaiah Hall, looking at the sideline, directing his offense. Takes the snap, sits in the pocket, looking to make a move. He's still on his feet somehow. He breaks the tackle, but it looks like he doesn't have any more room to run and pushed out of bounds. So a tough break there. Isaiah was able to break the first tackle, unable to do it the second tackle, and was met by a herd of Huskies. So, man.
So it does look, yeah, they're going to, man, I know this kid's got a leg, but this is going to be, what do you think?
This is about, so at that mark, that's a 46-yard field goal. So this will be his longest attempt, I believe, of the year. And now we got a man in motion. That's Hornell Klubu. And now Polito runs out to the line. And now they got to make a little scramble. So a little something extra here. Klubu in motion. Will they snap it? They do.
Oh,
and a false start.
It's penalties like that. They had Hirschi on their heels. Hirschi had no idea what they were about to run. And that's just it's an unforced error that you hate. You hope your guys can rally behind it. I think now takes the field goal out of consideration. You either go for it or you punt it.
You know what? Though Polito's still on the field. So,
Man.
So this now, guys, just so you know, this is a 51-yard attempt. Again, this is a 51-yard attempt. And no, they're going back to it.
I like the call. I like the call because you get to see where they're lined up. You get them off balance, and you have Hirschi call their last time out.
So that's the time. You know what? I like that. You know what? Because even if they punt it here, you burn all the timeouts. You still have 3 left. It's a 5-point game.
You know, and at first I thought that's exactly what they were trying to do, but then they snapped the ball. You know, unfortunately they had the false start. But I was like, oh, they really got something up their sleeve. And I think at this point you made them burn their timeout. You punt it. But I mean, depending on if the ball goes in the end zone, you're only really giving them 10 yards. So at that point, you know, risk versus reward. I mean,
it's tough. I mean, and you know, like the coach will. This doesn't matter if you're Tracy Welch or anybody else. This is like, it's a ballsy moment. I mean, you got to step up and you got to come out here and make a call. And, you know, if the play works out, you're a hero. If it doesn't, you know, people are going to crucify you.
The pressures of being a head coach,
It's a hard decision here. And, I trust Coach Welch. And whatever he comes up with here, and Tracy Raines, of course, the offensive coordinator, has got some say in this. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And that's Tracy Raines in there, helping out with the call. So we'll see what comes out of this little huddle they got. And I don't see Polito out there. We see the offense. So they're going for it on 4th down and about 15. Isaiah Hall with Twins formation.
Look at that defense. They're stacked up 5-2.
I love to see it, though. Here we go. Isaiah Hall, he's got it in the pocket. He's stepping out. He's going to try to run for it. He's got some room. He's got to bring it down. He's through, and he gets the first down. The biggest play of the year.
What a play. That young man lowered his head and was not going to be denied. And you talk about a clutch X factor right there. You talk about bold moves. 4th and 14, down a score. And you said, you know what? I trust my boys. Get out there. Let's go win this football game.
And, you know, man, at that situation, Isaiah Hall was not stopping, like you said. And here we go. Twin set. Isaiah Hall, he's going to go with a quarterback draw. He is going to be met and taken down for about a yard or 2 loss. But, man, going back to that play, that is what Texas high school football is all about, man. I mean, you got to make the call to go for it. You got to have trust in your quarterback, and he goes out there and just gets you a play, man. He gets you that first down. And so even if Lake Worth doesn't score here a touchdown, they have now an opportunity to kick a shorter field goal. And so now we have twin set once again. Isaiah Hall at the helm. Takes the snap, rolls out to his left, fires. He's got a man. It's Marion Pulte. He threw the first down marker and out of bounds at about the 3 or 2 yard line. Man, here we go. I'm just like,
I tell you what, I'm as homer as they come, but I think the Bullfrogs got away with that left tackle. He knew he was going to be pulling to the outside, and that's a tough ask to get outside of that cornerback. And from here, he's either got the fastest move off the ball, or he was just a little bit early.
Make-up call.
Yeah, hey, there you go. I'll take it.
Make-up call for that hold you talked about earlier.
Yeah, either way, I'll take it.
So here we go. I formation. Isaiah Hall under center. Tosses it. Damian Moore, he loses the football, and it's picked up by Hirschi. And I wish I could say something about this, but he's gone. He is gone. And, man, just as all the excitement was in the air, it just as quickly is sucked out.
Yeah, that
break, man.
That's a killer. We talk about how the ball bounces, and that ball didn't even squirm or be on the ground for half a second. That ball took one bounce. That young man picked it up to the house. I'm surprised. In the good, spirit of fun, nobody was called for taunting. The referees are kind of just letting them play as long as it's not egregious or anything like that. Just tough break. Tough break.
And that's why you play the game, man. Anything can happen. Doesn't matter how close you get. Defense always has an opportunity to stop them, and a big break there for Hirschi. They'll go up with an extra point attempt, and it is good through the uprights. 9:44 left to play here in Kittrell Stadium. Huskies lead now 29-17, and man, what a break for Hirschi. That is just, you can't write that one out.
No, I mean, you come up big on the 4th and 14, 4th and 15. You get right in position, and, it's been whoever wins the turnover battle is usually going to win the game. And but the good thing, the silver lining about this game is no matter what, Bullfrogs are going to be playing next week. And so this gives them an opportunity to clean up these mistakes, kind of get a wake-up call and say, hey, when we're firing, when we're not making mistakes, nobody can touch us. And, there's still a lot of time in this ball game, especially as quick as Lake Worth scores. We hope they still got a little magic in the tank.
Defense has been phenomenal in the second half. It's just, that's what you give them. The defense has done their job, and then offense ends up fumbling, and you can't blame the young man. And Damian Moore, he tried making play, he got ripped. I mean, it happens. It happens to the best players in the world. It's happened at the top levels. It happens here at high school football, and it's just a tough break. So, again, 9:44 left to play. This game is certainly far from over. Lake Worth will have an opportunity here on this next drive to at least get within back in 5. And so, just tuning in, Notorious saying 2 fumbles in the red zone. And, it can't get any worse than that. So, kick is up. Mark Fulkerson back there to return. And we'll see what he can do here. Gets through the 20. Got a little bit of space. He spins around, still on his feet, past the 40. And a late flag thrown. Was unable to see, and a late push. And another flag. So a push, a cheap shot by a Hirschi player, unnecessary. And that was none other than a Marion Peterson. Just pushing a player into the Lake Worth bench. Unnecessary.
Yeah, that was extremely late. Depending on what this first penalty, the unsportsmanlike, the late hit is going to be a dead ball. So no matter what gets assessed on the first penalty, you're still going to get the 15 depending on – now, if it's 2 penalties, one's live and one's dead. So you could wind up, depending on the penalty, if it's on Hirschi, you can wind up with 30 yards on this play.
Yeah, so that could be a big break that Lake Worth needs. But we're not sure yet. The refs are huddling up. Good news is I'm going to actually take one ear off of my headset right now and try to listen into what the official ruling is here, because they've had their mics live tonight. We'll see if they still do. And it's a holding on Lake Worth. It was a late flag when the play was nearly dead, but all right. This guy has never heard himself talk on a mic before. So both penalties are being enforced. A holding call by Lake Worth. So I believe that means a total of 5 yards net. Yeah, for Lake Worth. Net. So, let's see. So score right now currently 17-29. Hirschi in the driver's seat. And Lake Worth now with the ball. They're looks like directly on that 50-yard mark. And they'll take over here. Oh, man. Well, Damian Moore back out there. Let's see if he can pick his head up and go make a play here. Go ahead. Isaiah Hall taking a shot. That's got to be, man, there's a lot of contact. No flag. I know Pulte's looking at both sidelines like, where's the flag?
See, and if the receiver doesn't stop on that play, if he continues to move, there would have been enough contact for him to be able to throw that flag. But when you stop on that play, even when there's contact, the defender does have a right for the ball if he's looking back. So the receiver's just got to play through that ball.
Rolling out, Isaiah Hall. And that's a face mask. No call? I don't know if you called it.
I would say it was definitely high. Point of emphasis, especially to protect these kids. And his shoulder pad does look like out of his jersey. So.
But, yeah, maybe not grabbing the face mask. It looked like from up here, first glance.
Oh, especially when you see that neck jerk, 9 times out of 10, that's somebody's got a, healthy portion of face mask in their hands. There's so much time on the clock. I feel like Lake Worth is trying to drop back and win it, come back in one play. They definitely have the speed for it, the playmakers for it. But, I can't question Welsh. He's called a fantastic game, and minus a few
turnovers.
This game is completely different. You don't fumble in the end zone on the opening drive. on the 11-yard line, you cough it up. That's 14 points, and this is a 12-point game. So
It's just tough.
It's things that they can definitely clean up this week. They're going to have a tough matchup. I'm not sure if the lines are drawn on who they would draw, win or lose.
I got to check in. So if we win this game, I know for a fact we play Pampas. And then slipping my mind right now who we played if we come in second. But
either way, you're still going to win 6 games, right? So, your road becomes a little bit easier if you win this game.
Hertford. Yeah. So if we win. Oh, so if we lose, we play Pampa.
Okay.
If we win, we play Hertford. Okay, I'm getting a little birdie in my ear. So
Hertford, that's a nice little drive. Get lucky and play somewhere like Tech Stadium. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
yeah. Well, we'll usually they'll meet somewhere halfway, and we'll see where that is. We'll be making the drive out there. At least I will. I don't know if my new partner will be, but
I think baby cousin gonna be playing. I think I'm gonna have to make that drive, man.
yeah, of course. And unfortunately, guys, the only bad news about that is let me make this call real quick. As Isaiah steps up in the pocket, a man on him, and he loses the football.
That's a live football.
And Hirschi has it, and he's trying to be brought down by Damian Moore, and he does bring him down. And so the ball came loose, and Hirschi recovers it. And unfortunately, turnovers tonight have been in the favor of Hirschi. That's the 3rd fumble.
Yeah, and that's just a heads-up play on the defense because you look and, every offensive lineman was just, they thought it was an incomplete pass. They were just, that ball sat on the ground for a couple seconds. And, that's what they're discussing right now. But it's a tough break. This is the drive they really needed to get back in it. And, you're asking a lot on your defense.
Oh, it was prior to the – okay. So –
what a break.
So there was a penalty on the field. It occurred prior to the turnover. Therefore, Bullfrog ball.
And an automatic first down.
An automatic first down. What was the call?
Wow.
Did you hear what the call?
It was a defensive holding before the turnover, and that is huge. You talk about a second wind, second life, go home and, give a special thank you to the good Lord upstairs because, man, what a break. Let's see if the Bullfrogs capitalize.
Press defense coming in from Hirschi. First down, Damian Moore. Nope, it's going to be a quarterback keeper. And a gain of about 1 or 2 on the play, 1 yard. That's Lakeworth just trying to get something going here.
And that's unfortunate.
And there is a player on the field down, so we'll kind of push away from that. But as we sit here with 8:17 on the clock, 29-17, Hirschi currently leading. They've led all game. Bullfrogs early on had an opportunity to score on the first drive, fumbled into the end zone. Going to be a close call. Going to take a look at that on film. Unfortunately, at the high school level, we do not have a camera right there on that goal line. It would be, man, I would have loved to see the actual play there on the sideline when that first touchdown was called back to a fumble. It was a touchback.
Oh, you and me both, man. I talked to some people in the crowd, and obviously, sitting on the home side, everybody's answer is going to be the same. But, I have a buddy out here, my cousin, he's a official as well, and he's like, look, man, they get paid more than we do, but from where I was sitting, it looked good to me. But
all right, so the Frogs line up in a twin set. Junior Session on the far side along with Demarion Pulte.
And the way they're pressing up, you just got to take a shot,
And here comes the pressure. And they get it out soon, and it was bobbled by Demarion Pulte and ultimately dropped. So that was on 3rd down and 9. And that will bring up 4th and 9. And yeah,
well, it should have been 2nd, so this should be 3rd.
Yeah, so I guess I saw the marker go on.
He got a little trigger happy on that, yeah.
And so here we go. Another 3rd and 9 for the Frogs. Man, the tide of the game can turn just so quickly. And Frogs score here. They still got plenty of time to make something happen. But they do got to score on this drive. Hall drops back. He's taking a shot. It's Fulkerson, and there's a flag thrown on the far side, fighting over the top of number 7.
Yeah, no, a flag on the outside is one of two things: holding or pass interference. You hope for a pass interference, and you hate to see that. Hopefully, it's just cramps. Looks like marks down on the sideline.
And it is a hold on the defense.
That's just a heck of a play on his part. He gave everything he had to try to make that play on the ball, and he come up a little wobbled, but he's a tough kid, and
so here we go. Dominic Alvarez, tight end. Craig Williams in at receiver now. Far side, Junior Session along with Demarion Pulte. And a flag flies, false start.
every time he seems they get something going, they get some momentum, whether it be penalties, because they've gotten 2 huge first down penalties this drive, and and they can't get out of their own way right now, and you just hate to to see this, because you clean these mistakes up. This is such a good ball club, and
Yeah.
7:52 left on the game, fourth quarter, down by 12. There's still plenty of time. They still got 2 timeouts, so all the time in the world, but they need to make something happen on this drive. I mean, obvious, 4 to score.
Of course, of course.
4 to score.
And they go into a trips formation. They were in the bunch, but didn't like the look. They're going to reverse it. It's Demarion Pulte trying to get to the outside. Doesn't really get to the edge, as the Huskies able to read that one. And he gets pushed out of bounds right past the original line of scrimmage. And so actually they're going to spot it right at the original line. So 2nd down and 10.
He's got good speed on the edge. 1 block away from the outside receiver. I mean, he's blocking his heart out on one, but you just can't shake them all. But 1 missed tackle, and we've seen this guy with this speed. I mean, that's all he needs. And so hopefully, just 1 big play away from getting back in this ballgame.
Junior Session lines up on the far side along with Demarion Pulte. Craig Williams on the near side. They hand it off to Damian Moore. He fakes the reverse, but Hirschi sniffs that one out and bring him down for a loss. And it's interesting because it looked like he had forward progress, but they're going to keep the spot.
It's starting to get real chippy down there. I think the refs don't want to ever, toss a kid out, especially in a game like this. But especially those hits starting to get real close to that whistle. A lot of trash talk being talked. I can't hear it, but I've been around enough football games to see the body language. I know what's going on.
Yeah. So now it's going to be 3rd down and 20. Again, 3rd down and 20. So quite a situation here for the Frogs to get out of.
It is good to see Mark's already back in the game, so it looks like it might have just been cramps or.
Yeah. So here we go. Isaiah Hall drops back. He's going to take a shot, and it's picked off. It's picked off. 2 receivers were there. It's Demarion Pulte and Craig Williams. And now the defense will have to come out to the field. And man, it obviously, like you mentioned earlier, we're definitely a homer call, so definitely hurts to see. I know a lot of Bullfrogs in here in the chat tonight, and man.
Hey, hats off to Hirschi. I mean, as much as, Lake Worth shot themselves in the foot, I mean, Hirschi's been putting the pressure. I would say two of the turnovers absolutely forced. 2 kind of, here you goes. And all but 1 have been turned into points. So that's the backbreaker. It's one thing to give up the turnover. It's another thing to allow that turnover to turn into points. And so still some time, still some hope, but they really got to dig in deep here.
And so I can just assume who this ball's going to. And, of course, Peterson with the rock. He's trying to break it outside. He's got some space. Cornell Evington trying to make the tackle. Unable to get there and finally out of bounds is Peterson after a solid gain of probably about 20 or so yards.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think it's going to be a heavy dose of Peterson to finish this game out. Control the clock, control the ball. If you're Hirschi, you don't want to give Lake Worth another chance to get back in this ball game. If you're Lake Worth, you just got to dig deep. That's where you tell your players, don't hang your heads, go make a play.
So now the ball's spotted at the 46-yard line. And the defense trying to set up for this one. It's another handoff to none other than Peterson, trying to fight through. Gets to about the 50-yard line and brought down, a gain of 4.
It does look like Bullfrogs down on the play.
That's unfortunate, but, you know, Lake Worth, definitely, you know, and some of you guys tuning in just so historically, this is Coach Welch. It's his 4th year of the program, coming up from Coppers Cove. And, I mean, it's tough. You know, a lot of emotions tonight. Definitely.
Oh, man, it being senior night, you know, you want to win for your family. And I think that, you know, not to make any excuses, but sometimes that can be, you know, an Achilles heel. When you got so much adrenaline, so much energy, you make those mistakes because you're just so amped up. You're so just ready to make a play, ready to, you know, make a highlight. And it's hard to settle down, you know.
Yeah.
And with that kind of energy, you know, especially out here, a lot, you know, all these seniors, it's the last time they'll be on the field. I know what that feeling's like, especially on this field. You know, we got lucky. We played Castleberry, and that didn't end well for them.
Yeah. But hey,
with a team like this, you know, it shows character to go out there, you know, like, learn from your mistakes and get ready for playoffs.
And what I want to say was I want to touch on Welch being here for 4 years now and how far this program has come. I'll talk about that in just a moment here. As they're going to go ahead and throw the ball. It is caught on the outside. Avington able to make the play and push him out after the catch. But Coach Welch came in here, and Lake Worth had a lull some bad years and missed some playoffs, and you know was just fighting for a winning season. Honestly, when Coach Welch first got here, now this Lake Worth team, after making playoffs last year, a heartbreaking loss last year in the playoffs in the first round, but of course, one of the better seasons they've had in recent memory, and now this 8-1 start is the best start they've had in over 20 years, and it's just a testament to where Lake Worth was and where they're going. I mean, it's just been trending upwards as Lake Worth will be heading into the playoffs next week. This game's still not over as a big play there. That's Demarion Pulte making the play on the other side of the field, but it's just exciting and nothing to be discouraged about. A very good Hirschi team out here tonight, and they're doing their thing, and they'll have a run at the playoffs, and you never know, you might see them again if the stars line up. And it's been a great matchup. A couple turnovers by the Bullfrogs tonight have kind of put them in a position where it's going to be tough at this point with now 4:20 on the clock, and you know, you root for these kids. They put so much work in, so all these hours, and the parents making sacrifices too, and it's going to be a fun year. You know, I'm excited to see what they can do as a big stop and fighting back to the line and just about getting there. It'll bring up 3rd down, but
I will say, yeah, the good thing is already in the playoffs. The last time I remember a Lake Worth team this good was my sophomore year, and that was probably one of the best teams I had seen up until this team right here. And they weren't so lucky. They went 8-2, but the way the district shook out, they missed the playoffs. One team had a guy named Colin Jones, who later played free safety for the Carolina Panthers, and one had a quarterback by the name of Cole Beasley.
Oh, there you go.
Who went on to play for the Dallas Cowboys and the Buffalo Bills. So, you know, this is the best defense I've seen in a long time, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do in the playoffs, despite whatever happens in the outcome in this game. I mean, I'm hoping for the best, but with 3:18 left in the 4th, you know, down 12, you kind of just want to make sure you get out of this game with no more injuries as Lake Worth takes a timeout. But you want to get out of here with no injuries, no stupid penalties.
Yeah.
This would be a crusher to have one of your guys get riled up or baited into a throwing a punch or having an unsportsmanlike and then missing either the first half or the whole game in the playoffs, and that would be huge. So, you know, now I think you just tell your guys to play within themselves. Don't make any more, don't make any stupid penalties as far as ejections or targeting or anything like that. And clean it up, keep your heads high, get ready for playoff football next week.
And there you go, Sharon Stewart in the chat saying, Cole Beasley from my alma mater.
Little Elm, yep.
Little Elm, so there you go.
I remember they beat us my freshman year, or my 8th grade year. We were so excited to get revenge my freshman year. And we beat him. And I said, see, where's number 11? Where's Cole at? And he said, he's starting varsity his freshman year.
Yeah.
And so, he was just on a different level.
Well, the Frogs, they take their timeout. They have one left with 3:18 left to play. It'll be 4th down and 11. See what they bring out here. You would assume the punt team, but never can be too surprised, and they do. Been a Bullfrog for 27 years now, though, so there you go. So, anyway, thank you for tuning in tonight, Sharon. Appreciate your support in the chat tonight. And the punt will roll out to the right, and going to be bouncing, and going to take a good roll for Hirschi. They're going to let this one roll down out of bounds to about the 4-yard line. It's 3 or 4 yard line, but going to be
it's going to be tight regardless. It's going to be tight down there, and this is one of those where one big play gets you close. Only got one timeout left. You can't take much time off the clock here, barring an onside kick, obviously. But this is a drive you put together. Even if you score and you don't win this game, it's something you can hold your hat on and get ready for next week, or and just not back down. Finish strong. Win, lose. It's what's that old expression? It's not how you win or lose, but can you win and lose like a man?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what you want to see tonight. Shotgun formation, twins. Isaiah drops back, rolling out. He's taking a shot. He's got Pulte, and oh man, through his hands.
And that's the play right there. He makes that catch. That cornerback's on his heels. He makes a move, and it's off to the foot races.
Tough break.
Yeah, I feel like the body language of these kids right now, they're kind of getting into their heads, and you hate to see it for them, especially like I said on senior night. But always a silver lining though. Still playoff football next week. This would be a backbreaker if there was no tomorrow.
Hey, man, and I'm gonna bring my Eagles back into it. Hungry dogs run faster. That's kind of the hope you see as Demarion Pulte gets the completion here, pushed out of bounds. But you hope that this puts a little fire in their belly. They definitely had some swag to begin the season, starting out undefeated. Had a loss against Decatur.
And I think that was a wake-up call more than anything. I still think Lake Worth was a better team.
But point is, it's like this is kind of like a hey. We got to grow together. You win as a team, you lose as a team, and going into playoffs, this is, like you said, silver linings. Maybe this isn't the worst thing.
Well, and I think, this is, obviously now they're going to be the best team in district, and you just went toe-to-toe with them and gave them 4 turnovers, and only down 2 scores. So I feel they should, you hate to lose, but there are some things to be taken from this game. Say, hey, we moved the ball well. Defense played their hearts out. And you just clean up those mistakes, those penalties. And,
no more fumbles. It would be a different story. But, it is what it is. As the clock now sits at about 2:18.
Yeah, it looks like the Bullfrogs are going to punt. I think Coach Welsh is just going to say, hey, look, y'all are not going to score any more cheap points on us. If y'all want to put some more points, y'all are going to come earn it. But at 4th and 2, I mean, I don't know, call me crazy, but I'm going for it,
Yeah. Hey, well, we'll see what happens. It's still called a timeout, so they're going to talk this one over. Whether that's a pep talk, finish out this game strong, or drawing something up on the board. And, it is what it is. And, that's all you can kind of say at this point. It is what it is. And you go in. Tomorrow morning, the boys will wake up, show up here at 7 a.m., watch the film, have a good practice, and figure it out. And when I coach too, and a lot of things, you do with these boys is you allude to life, how football it's like a metaphor for life, and how you deal with adversity, how you deal with loss, how you deal with wins, how to do these things. And you hope these young men, they learn They learn from this experience, and they are going to go for it here. It is 4th down at about 2 yards. Isaiah, it's a low snap and a flag on the play.
It's going to be false start.
And a false start.
Yeah, they just can't get out of their way tonight, or, out of their own way. And I'm excited to see. I think they clean these mistakes up, and this is something, you want to have. If you're ever going to have this happen, you want it before the playoffs. You'd hate to have a game like this, especially this kind of sloppy. This is the first game I've seen where, it wasn't, bad call. Well, outside of maybe the touchdown. But it wasn't, calls that ruined the game or anything like that. Just sloppy holding of the football. And 4th down, he gives it up.
And it's a throw is intended for Craig Williams. Not going to be completed here, so that'll bring up a turnover on downs, and Hirschi will take over on the 5-yard line.
So this is where you kind of get the sportsmanship from the other coach. If he doesn't, there's no timeouts left. You could sit on this ball, game's over, everybody gets out of here, nobody gets hurt.
So,
or you kind of put that staple in going into their own playoff drive and their own playoff future, and these are plays right here that make rivalries right here.
Yep. So,
and it does look like they're going to line up and go.
Yeah, so it looks like Hirschi's going to attempt to put some more points on the board. So line up there, back there with Peterson in the backfield. And a false start. Yeah, come on. The entire O-line is moving. And time left right now, guys, is 2:14 on the clock. 2:14 left in the 4th. So 5-yard penalty assessed there. We'll see what they do. You would expect a run, but you never know.
Yeah, see, I know you want to teach these kids to play to the whistle, but as an official, these are one of the things that drive me absolutely up the wall. The game's over. You have the game won. You need the ball. Because the only thing you're going to risk is somebody getting injured right here. I mean, I get it. Play to the whistle. If you don't want us to score, stop us. I get all.
They are.
And there we go. Hey,
I respect that.
I respect that. I'll take all the trash back. It didn't look like a victory formation. Kudos to that coach. That's a great call. Respect to that coach. Hey, and kudos to them. They came out. They played a great Lake Worth team. They, didn't cause any turnovers. Didn't
give up any.
Didn't give up any turnovers. Only punted 3 times, I believe. Their running back was as good as advertised. Peterson, he's going to, he keeps working hard. It'll definitely be awesome to see him playing on Saturdays. And, get some cosmic fate in here. You'd love to see them again in the playoffs, because I really do think, we can give them a better shot.
Well, guys, as we approach the end of this game with 1:20 left, we appreciate you guys tuning in. It's been a blast having you guys here. I know it's not the result we so had wished for. But, the Frogs fought. They came out with some big plays. They had some opportunities. They kept in this game. It was definitely should be the game of the week, playing for a district championship here tonight. And that will fall to Hirschi. Lake Worth now will finish 2nd in the division. They'll finish the regular season at 8-2. And it sucks to say that on a night like this, but, that's the reality, guys. Let me say it again. The Lake Worth Bullfrogs will finish this season at 8-2. And so it's quite an accomplishment for these young men, quite an accomplishment for Tracy Welch and his great coaching staff here at the high school. And, man, we just really enjoy being here. And, you see Hirschi celebrating, and rightfully so. A lot of credit to those young men over there. They have a great football team. We wish them the best of luck in playoffs, as well as we will wish our Bullfrogs a great, a great playoff run here. They will have the opportunity next week. I believe that means we will play Pampa next week. And all the little intricacies of what's going to happen in terms of where we play and all that kind of stuff, we'll find out soon, and we'll get that information to you. What I can tell you is we won't be able to stream the actual live broadcast as from the video standpoint. We will be making the call on the radio, but per UIL rules, we are not allowed to broadcast the game with video. If you do want to view it with video, you will have to spend a little money. UIL offers the opportunity to watch those games and playoffs. But we'll explain that next week when you guys come out. But if you guys want to listen to us, we'd be more than happy to make the call with you guys, as you guys always tune in. But Tim?
Hey, it's been a blast, man. And I will say, if you're looking to blame anybody, we were doing great until somebody brought out their Eagle fandom. So that was the turning point of the game. And no, I'm just playing. Look, it's been a pleasure. And I look forward to, me, you, and Joey can get something going together next year. But I will definitely be out there with y'all next Friday, cheering these young men on. And something in my heart tells me we're gonna have a definitely better outcome next week. So we pray for the team to get home safe, have a good night's sleep, come back ready to work tomorrow.
Well, I'm Chris White along with Tim Collins, and we are Bullfrog Radio. Without Joey Wilcoxon tonight, but we hope he had a great night. I know he's over there in Dallas, but guys, we appreciate your support so much. Thank you guys for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. Guys,